and I had to enter a different code or whatever.
What do you mean?
Because, well, I wanted to schedule this panel as an event. Uh, so it's like, okay, you can do the event, whatever, with a what is it, a thumbnail? Okay, whatever. Anyways, but you have to use a different code or whatever for some fucking reason. So I don't know. Like you have to use an event link and oh my god, there's also an event chat. Fuck.
What are you talking about on Restream?
Yeah.
Why do it on Restream?
I don't know.
Do it on YouTube. Schedule an event on YouTube. Do you know how to do that?
Yeah, I do, but it's all good. I already did it.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. And then on the on OBS, where it shows
Mhm.
all your outputs, you click on the YouTube edit settings, and on event up top it says create event, and then the one that you usually do, like the automatic one, and then there's the one that you scheduled, and you just click on the one you scheduled.
Yeah, I should do that, but then I won't know. Then I need Restream to connect to Kick to. So I feel like I have to do it through there, don't I?
No.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I'll have to rework that soon.
Oh, hi Gurpreet. I can show you.
I'm gonna I gotta go really soon. I'm actually, but do you want to like because I know how to schedule them from YouTube, but so what do you like?
Here,
What do you mean specifically?
I'll just send you this little screenshot,
Okay.
and then two little screenshots. Okay,
Yeah, I'm gonna go get some fucking Red Bull quick and then come back.
nice.
Turn myself into a fucking party clown for the, you know, for the entertainment of the viewers.
So this is it. I just sent you two screenshots. This is all you do. You just schedule the event, uh, going live at this time, whatever, set it all up on YouTube, and then click on it in Restream on your tabs,
Mm-hmm.
like on this tab in OBS. Let's see. You should have this. You probably do, but just in case. Yeah, the tab on the left, or yeah, on my left. What is going on? Oh, am I getting tagged? Why is this thing? It just did that twice. It's weird. Oh,
Your
I know why.
favorite? Actually, I can't start this conversation because I have to go to the bathroom real quick.
Okay, you're good.
Um,
People spreading these rumors are evil. There's no compelling evidence to support any of these crossfire conspiracy theories. No journalists are corroborating this. No one on the ground is reporting this. There's no video footage of this. This is terrorist propaganda. Damn. Oh shit. I have a ground review. Ground news writing on Twitter. That's awesome. Ooh. Okay. Time to play Sekiro. And fucking literally want to kill myself. Oh my god! That's hilarious. Oh my god. That's wicked, Jimmy. Oh, what's up, cunt? How's it going, buddy? Oh, fuck. Nice.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Well, if I have time, I will. But yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I will talk to you later. As soon as I figure that out.
Holland Eve. Indeed. And I'm Kankleween. For the horror movie. I knew I saw her peeing. Pooping? Popping in. Oh, I see. Gotcha. Yeah, ween. I know that was the joke. That's exactly why I did it. Cankle wiener. My friend is like, she's like, stop streaming and being busy and watch anime with me. And I'm like, fuck. Well, all right. We'll schedule a weekly anime night or something, Thursdays at midnight. And she's like, no, just us. She's like, what, are you too cool for me now? I was like, yes. And she's like, I will beat you up. And I was like, have fun trying, cripple bitch. Yeah, I know. I'm just based like that. Jesus Christ. No! I couldn't get out. Fuck, I knew that was gonna happen. Fucking knew it. Oh, that was hot. I came. Based. Red build. Mommy. Just kidding. Just kidding, just kidding, just kidding. I feel like I'm missing skills or like attack power or something. No! Fuck. Yeah, no, I have the sleep study today, so I got today and tomorrow off. Tomorrow, I'll be streaming early. I'll probably be home at like 4 or 5, and then streaming all night. Where have you been, Angela? Are you too busy for us now? I'm just kidding. Oh yeah, it does. I got some moose in it today. I'm doing another horror movie night tomorrow night. You wanna join us? Bitch, I've been dodging or deflecting, you fuck. Wow, that was terrible. That was actually garbage. Oh, cucks. Literally wrote myself. Wednesday through Saturday are a no-go, dude. I got my ass chewed out. Oh, yeah. When is the 1v1? What do you mean? 1v1? What do you mean 1v1? Oh. Why does it say I only have 2 people watching me on YouTube where there's clearly at least 3? Bitch. Debate wars. I can see that the Holy Trinity is. Oh, yeah. Holy Trinity is in YouTube chat. Oh no. Classic AMB. Yes. Bitch. Wow, that was a waste of a gourd. I don't even know what to do, dude. This is just impossible. Oh, Angela, Ninetales is officially banned from my community now too. She's a piece of shit, and I really don't like her. I'm fed up with her tanky ass just being an absolute scumbag. So is the gimmick that you basically fake death by promotion when you die first? My boy, what the fuck did you just say? I don't understand what the hell you're talking about. But I'm also retarded, so... Agent Knight, well, Agent Knight, and a base. Jack got mad at me and unfollowed me on IG. I didn't even realize. Yeah, he unfollowed me on IG too, and I don't give a fuck. Fuck him. He's a scumbag. Jack and Ninetales are the same person. Oh shit! Eris got back to some. Damn. Ooh. No, I'm not gonna be streaming all day, Seba. I'm just hanging out for like probably the next 2 hours, and then I gotta go to my sleep study. So I'll be here for most of Kick or Keep, but by the way, Angela and Seba, I'm in my voice chat, so if either of you want to pop in and hang out, feel free. You can watch some Kick or Keep with me in a half an hour. I'm gonna go to the monkey. You know what? I'm gonna do some leveling. I'm gonna kill some enemies and work on getting some skill points. Oh, whoops. Oh, that's fun. Also, a completely fucking absurd thing to have just happened. Yes. What's back here? Ooh, is there something back here? There were things.
Things and stuff. Yes. Just what I needed. Stuff and things.
How far can I swim? Upstream. Oh, this just brings me to this bitch. That area. I already got that. No. I just slashed you, you fuck. Hash slinging slasher. Yeah, bitch. Gourd seed. I did not expect to see that there. Are you kidding me? I hate these guys. There's so many of them. They're just everywhere. Are you kidding me? No way. Oh wow, you're still there. Where are the rest of you losers? Alright, one of you, come on, grab me. There you go. There you are. Fucking retard. These things? No. Is it this? Damn, chat stopped real fast. Y'all were all up in here chatting, and then all of a sudden, they died. There we go. Another one. I just want to fucking kill you. There we go. I'm beating a cock. I mean my cock. Oh no. Those gay. I'm not beating those gay allegations. Did y'all are still here, right? It says y'all are still here, kind of. Are y'all dead? What the fuck? I'm here just doing some work. There you say, fucker. Based.
Hey man, I'm about to learn you how we do up in the lockup. We about to eat good. I'ma show you. And these right here, good. That's plain motherfucking water. Load that bitch up. Sauce on that bitch. About this, you don't know about this. Sour skills in my stone. It isn't no prison, but it's a little bit salty. Bitch, I hope you brought your fork with you, cause I did. Drop that bitch in, bowl and all, and now you good. Seasoned proper. You don't want no bowl in that bitch. Take that soy sauce out. Now, boy, don't get greedy. It's not time to plate that food yet. You just can have one little whiff of that bitch. I teach y'all how to elevate your shit from prison to high cuisine. Prison don't do properly with that shit. Present that shit. Get your heart on, boy, Murray. Put in the booty. I'm telling y'all, it ain't that complicated, boy. That's really all you need to get your shit out of the prison. You good?
What the fuck? Interesting new profile photo, Angela. Very interesting. Mark the Cyborg. You know what? I'll turn on.
Arriving Israeli reserve forces were able to contain the Syrian advance. Beginning on the 8th of October, the Israelis began pushing the Syrians back towards the pre-war ceasefire lines, inflicting heavy tank losses. The Israelis, who had suffered heavy casualties in the first 3 days of fighting, also began relying more heavily on artillery to dislodge Syrians at long range. On the 9th of October, the Syrians launched a counterattack north of Kenitra. As part of the operation, they attempted to land heli-borne troops in the vicinity of El Ram. The counterattackers were repulsed, and 4 Syrian helicopters were shot down. Rocket struck the Israeli Air Force base of Ramat, injuring several soldiers. Additional missiles struck civilians. 7 Israeli F-4 Phantoms flew into Syria and struck the Syrian General Staff headquarters in Damascus. 1 Israeli Phantom was shot down. The strike citation needed better. The strike prompted the Syrians to transfer air defense units from the Golan Heights to the home front, allowing the IAF greater freedom of action. By the 10th of October, that's kind of important. Let's see. Missiles from Syrian offensive lines struck civilian settlements in Israel. And in retaliation, 7 Israeli F-4 Phantoms flew into Syria and attacked the Syrian General Staff headquarters in Damascus. Ethan from H3 saying Hassan's coverage of the conflict has been fucked up. I doubt that. Damascus is super close to the Golan Heights. You can see the city from up top. Super close from the Golan Heights? I mean, like, it's there, but there's like another major city. It's not super close, no? Damascus. Google Maps. I don't believe that Israeli forces have ever up to this point, I could be wrong, but I don't believe up to this point they've pushed into Damascus before. I don't think we've had like Israeli fighter planes bombing anything in Damascus. Let's see. I believe that I think the Golan Heights are, it's like this area here. So you're advancing to like through this road up here to get up here. They got within artillery range. I didn't think that I thought they barely pushed past like this northern like Golan Heights area. I don't think they pushed much further past before, right? Damascus? Damascus. Fuck you. By the 10th of October, by the 10th of October, the last Syrian unit in the central sector was pushed back across the Purple Line, the pre-war ceasefire line. After 4 days of intense and incessant combat, the Israelis succeeded in ejecting the Syrians from the entire Golan. Okay, I don't understand what happened here. I don't care enough to watch a fuck ton of videos, but like, holding the Golan Heights is supposed to be an incredibly, like, entrenched and easy to defend position. I don't understand how the Israelis just like retake it in like 2 paragraphs. Read it then. The Valley of Tears. Does this have to do with both back and forth?
Oh shit.
Bruh, I can't.
Oh, that's weird.
Decades after the
fuck?
battle, analysts were still presenting differing reasons for the
Shit.
Syrian withdrawal. In 1990, Patrick Seal argued that the reason why the Syrians were stopped was the superiority of the
Yo,
IDF,
y'all have been chatting
which
for a
agreed to devote all
while.
of its attention to the Syrian front. In 2002, Kenneth Pollack wrote that the Syrian forces did not look for an alternative axis of advance and rolled forward without defending
Oh
flanks.
shit.
98, Martin van Creveld suggested the explanation that on October 8th, that the Syrians did not withdraw until more or less on October 9th, when Israel felt
I appreciate the
that it was
DM.
lost
I
part of
just
Syria's
saw
nuclear
that right now.
strike. However, historic review by
Hold on.
Avner
Send something in
Cohen
YouTube chat.
and others found no evidence of a nuclear threat by Israel. Okay. Israeli advance towards Damascus. A decision now to be made whether to stop at the post-67 borders or to continue advancing into Syrian territory.
Fuck.
The Israeli High Command spent all of 10th of December debating well into the night. Some favored disengagement, which would allow soldiers to be redeployed to the Sinai. Others favored continuing the attack into Syria towards Damascus, which would knock Syria out of the war. It would also restore Israel's image as the supreme military power in the Middle East and would give Israel a valuable bargaining chip once the war ended.
Yeah, I know.
Others countered that Syria had strong defenses, anti-tank ditches, minefield, and strong points, and that it would be better to fight from defensive positions of the Golan Heights rather than the flat terrain deeper in Syria. In the event of another war with Syria, however, Prime Minister Golda Meir realized the most crucial point of the whole debate. It would take 4 days to shift a division to the Sinai. If the war ended during this period, the war would end with a territory.
I'm doing all right,
loss
Astro.
to Israel
I don't
and
know what's
Sinai
going on
and
with
no
YouTube
gain in the
chat. It's
north
not
and
fucking
unmitigated
popping up for
defeat.
me.
This is a political matter, and her decision was unmitigating. To cross the Purple Line, the attack will be
retarded.
launched tomorrow, Thursday, on the 11th of October. Israeli advance towards Damascus.
Maybe if I do this.
The 11th of October, Israeli forces pushed
Try
into Syria
now.
and advanced towards Damascus along the Kunitra Damascus
wonder if
road.
that'll
on the
do
4th of
anything.
October,
I
against
doubt it,
stiff
but we'll
resistance by
see.
Syrian reservists in prepared defenses. 3 Israeli divisions broke the 1st and 2nd defensive lines near Sasa and conquered a further 50 square kilometers of territory in the Bashan salient. From there, they were able to shell the outskirts of Damascus only 40 kilometers away using M107 heavy artillery. The Israeli army advanced within 30 kilometers of Damascus. On the 12th of October, Israeli paratroopers from the elite Sayeret Zanhanim reconnaissance unit launched Operation Gaon, infiltrating deep
I'll
into
see if I
Syria
can
and
figure
destroying a
this out.
bridge in the tri-border area of
Why
Syria, Iraq, and Jordan.
did
The operation disrupted the flow of weapons to
YouTube
Syria. During the
chat
operation, the paratroopers destroyed a number of tank transports and killed
in
several Syrian soldiers. There were no Israeli casualties. Jesus. Arab military intervention. I feel like the scariest part about pushing towards Damascus would be like the angering of other Arab states, that you would start pulling in more people into the war. Although I guess maybe Israel figures if they're going to join, they're going to join anyway, maybe? I'm not sure. Arab military intervention. Yeah, bringing the Soviets in. Actually, true. Actually, the
I
scary part
wonder.
would actually be bringing the Soviets in. That's right. Okay. Okay, as the Syrian position deteriorated, Jordan sent an expeditionary force into Syria. King Hussein, who had come under intense pressure to end the war, told Israel of his intentions through U.S. intermediaries and the hope that Israel would accept that this was not a casus belli, justifying an attack on Jordan. Expeditionary force into Syria. Okay. Jordan's trying to play both sides here. Israeli Defense Minister Moshe Dayan declined to offer any such assurance, but said that Israel had no intention of opening another front. Iraq also sent an expeditionary force to Syria, consisting of the 3rd and 6th Armored Division, some 30,000
Nice,
men.
Astra. Nice.
Israeli
Base.
jets attacked Iraqi forces as they arrived in Syria. The Iraqi divisions were a strategic surprise for the IDF, which had expected 24-hour-plus advance intelligence of such moves. This turned into an operational surprise as the Iraqis attacked the exposed southern flank. The advanced Israeli armor, forcing its advanced units to retreat a few kilometers. Let's see. Arab military intervention. Syria and Iraq sent expeditionary forces.
At the very
to Syria
least,
to
what I'll
defend.
do here is
Combined Syrian, Iraqi, and Jordanian counterattacks prevent any further Israeli gains.
Are you
Defend
fucking kidding me?
from further
hate when
Israeli
it does that.
military advancement.
Well, I popped out my YouTube chat, so I have it in front of me.
Syrian Air Force attacked Israeli columns, but its operations were highly limited because of Israeli air superiority. It suffered heavy losses of dogfights with Israeli jets. On the 23rd of October, a large air battle took place near Damascus, during which the Israelis shot down 10 Syrian aircraft. The Syrians claimed a similar toll against Israel. The IDF also destroyed the Syrian missile battery or missile defense system. The Israeli Air Force utilized its air superiority to attack targets in Syria, including important power plants, petrol supplies.
You know, I start with
geez,
Quaaludes first.
All
right, let's see how much I missed.
Israel was able to launch strikes all across
In Metal Gear Solid 3, you
Syria,
have a gadget that
attacking power plants,
fake
petrol
it.
supplies,
Surprise.
bridges, and main roads.
Jack
Strikes weakened Syrian war
Sheridan.
effort and disrupted Soviet
We
efforts
make sure
to
the
airlift military
streets are
equipment into
safe.
Syria and
Like
disrupted
that.
normal life inside the country. On the 22nd of October, the Golani Brigade and the Sayeret Metkal commandos recaptured the outpost on Mount Hermon after a hard-fought battle. That involved hand-to-hand combat and Syrian
Bonzig,
attacks
I
on
would
Syrian
definitely be
tactics,
down to
firing
host
kills
that.
23 dead and 55 wounded. And IDF D9
And I can help
bulldozers
with
supported by
recruitment.
infantry forced its way to
Wait.
the peak.
No, I can't. Maybe I can. Maybe. I don't know.
Jesus. It's an armored bulldozer used by the Israeli Defense Forces. An Israeli paratrooper force landing by helicopter took the corresponding Syrian Hermon outpost on the mountain, killing more than a dozen Syrians while losing 1 dead and 4 wounded. 7 Syrian MiGs
Oh,
and
of
2
course,
Syrian
Tom is
helicopters
live.
were shot
You're
down
dipping.
as they attempted to intercede. On the 22nd of October, UNSC Resolution 338 called for a ceasefire.
Food also make.
The war would finally come to a close on the 26th of October. Israel and Egypt signed a formal ceasefire agreement. Formal ceasefire on the 11th of November. And the disengagement agreement happened on the 18th of January of 1970 what?
But somehow,
74
what the
must have
fuck?
been, right?
Somehow my restream bot was still bringing the shit over to YouTube from Kick. That's super fucking weird. What the fuck? That's weird as fuck, dude.
Jordanian participation. The U.S. pressed King Hussein to keep Jordan out of the war. Though King Hussein initially refrained from entering the conflict on the night of the 13th October, Jordanian troops deployed to the Jordanian-Syrian front to buttress Syrian troops, and Jordanian forces joined Syrian and Iraqi assaults on Israeli positions. Hussein sent a second brigade to Golan on the 21st October, according to historian Asif David. Declassified U.S. documents show that Jordanian participation was only a token to preserve King Hussein's status in the Arab world. The documents show that Israel and Jordan had a tacit understanding that the Jordanian units would try to stay out of the fighting. Israel would not try to attack
Can I try and join?
Wow, secret alliance.
Yeah, no work today, Astra. I have a sleep study at 8, and Kick or Keep is in 5 minutes, so I figured I'd watch some of that on stream, and then I leave to go to
Naval
that
operations.
fucking thing.
Bruh.
So
Does anybody really
can't
care?
call.
Do these matter?
did you do that?
How much are we into
No,
this?
I moved it to tomorrow night because of the sleep study. I completely forgot that I had that tonight.
Egyptian atrocities, Jesus.
Um,
Syrian atrocities. Where are my Israeli
but
atrocities?
yeah, tomorrow night. Might be a little earlier. You want to produce shows?
Let me use the rest real quick. Hold on. Jeez.
Okay. I'm not on Kick or Keep. I'm a producer, but I'm not on the show. Okay. Here. Bonzig. Join my Discord. I feel like they're missing somebody right now. They gotta be missing somebody. Oh, they're missing Loner Box. Where the fuck is Loner Box? He's not even online. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, there he is. Oh, thank God. Fuck. Oh, that's why you're not streaming on. Yeah, that is why I'm not streaming on Twitch. That is indeed the reason. It is indeed the reason.
Okay. I love you all very much on YouTube, but I'm going to do my Kick or Keep show, so I have to move over to Kick. Okay, be careful. I'm shutting off my YouTube stream, okay? Be careful. I'm going to be on Kick.
Are you YOLO GG?
Oh god, this fucking... The Fabian guy's here. Ugh, kill me.
Oh shit. Yep, Fabian is indeed there.
Oh, well. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, everybody just fucking ignore me. Okay.
We'd established a norm of silence, apparently.
We did.
I requested that we speak to people, but then Fabian was like, "No, I have camera stuff," and then everyone else was just like, "I guess that means that no one's."
Well, it wasn't me. It was Lonerbox.
I blame
Lonerbox was
Fabian.
like, "Shh."
I blame Fabian.
That was me
What
who
did I
said.
I was like, "Whatever. I got
No
camera
way.
shit to do. My camera." Was fucked up. I
Mike,
gotta
by the
take a
way,
picture.
I'm streaming Kick or Keep,
I don't
and
sound like
Tom
you.
is on there. So if you want to stay, hang out and watch.
Hello? Yo, wait, why time deafened? SDL, could you turn your camera on, please? Thank you very much.
They should really drag food shops up.
Kenneth, how are you feeling?
You know, just methed out, you know?
I see you've been doing research.
right.
Are you finally ready to educate yourself instead of giving us, kinda shitty contrarian takes? Because at this point, honestly, I don't even need to look at your Twitter or your YouTube. YouTube. I could just see what Hassan said, and then I'll be like, oh, Destiny probably holds a opposing thought or position. Anyways,
Wow, base. True.
I mean, really, it is. Like, are you telling me you've never had a doubt since this conflict begun? Like, oh my god, like all my positions and takes are just contrarian to all these freaking leftists that are pro-Hamas. You never thought that? Not one time? Or am I reading it to it?
I don't define my political positions based on people I don't like, so that's not usually how I think about them.
Bro, if you're disagreeing with Hassan, you're probably fucking right. Like, you're talking about, like, he's not even smart enough to be called a midwit, and he's a far leftist. Like, come on.
Damn.
That's
What do you say to that, Carlos?
That's a
Like that's
I
you just
can argue.
accidentally be right, even if that's not like how you're defining your political philosophy. Like, don't get me
That's
wrong.
how I define my
Destiny,
political
you know I
philosophy.
hate
It's
you.
just
I hate everyone
opposite of Hassan.
to the left. I
Same.
hate every statist. You know I hate you, but you fucking come on.
Am I tripping?
Hassan.
But if I were to go, well, I mean, okay, listen. Other than Hassan is Hassan, whatever, right? We don't have to agree with him. But if I were to go to your YouTube channel, I think out of all the videos you made on the conflict, each, like, maybe one or two of them don't involve Hassan, and the other one is you talking about leftists and their unhinged takes when it comes to their support of Hamas. So I'm happy that you're actually, doing some research. I'm impressed. Good for you.
Well,
Anyways,
most of my disagreements haven't been about the conflict, it's been about their coverage of the news, which obviously I disagree with, right?
yeah.
And then the way
But
that
I
they-
Do you disagree with?
You know what?
Can I say that again,
You've
Fire?
inspired me. I'm gonna
I was-
get
I
up
was
again. I'm
asking
gonna go put.
because-
I got half of these
eucalyptus
people in there.
the essential oil diffuser, so I can deal with you fuckers.
I was just asking what examples of something that you disagree with from the coverage.
The framing of every single Palestinian death as a civilian death, the framing of the IDF as indiscriminately killing civilians, obviously the initial coverage of the hospital.
The news on
attack,
Wick later.
and then the propaganda that's
I
being
don't know
spread right
when,
now that
but-
like for instance, for that German Israeli girl that she was like taken to a hospital and everybody was getting along, and apparently now there's like conspiracy spreading that all the civilian deaths
Hassan
just
is
were
far
due to
left, yeah.
crossfire between
He's a
Hamas
communist.
and the IDF shooting it. Like all of these things are, those are 4 or 5, I think, yeah.
I mean, did you just see the IDF targeting a refugee camp, claiming they got a senior Hamas commander?
He's not a communist, a
Because,
Marxist
listen, I don't even have a
Leninist.
problem with
but
you
that's-
covering, the
It's just like a.
unhinged takes
it's a
or some of the
communist.
misinformation that's being spread by one side or the other. But
He's
it just seems like
unironically a tanky.
there's an incredibly heavy bias towards only covering, the shit that Palestinians are getting wrong or people that are pro-Palestine. Because when it comes to the Israelis and what they're doing, you haven't really been covering shit when it comes to them. So I don't know. But you claim.
Oh, also,
you claim you don't have. A
look
side,
at what
you claim that
Sam
you're
did
just
for
seeking the
today's-
truth, so,
Look at-
Anyways, this is not about you, Kenneth.
It's fucking
Stop the timer, by the way.
Shalom
Don't start the
Stiny
timer when I'm doing all of this because we didn't even get it. So.
and Karantos
I haven't started anything, don't worry.
on the
Okay,
Israeli
start now.
Palestine flags.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 17 of Kick or Keep. Today, we brought together 7 wonderful contestants. They'll be going head-to-head in an elimination-style debate. Did I say elimination? No eliminations this week, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it'll be more of a podcast. We'll let people go back and
No,
forth.
drag her up.
Just don't freaking talk over each other. That's the only freaking rule, right? But at the end, we're still selecting a winner, right? And chat, that's on you. But with all that being said,
Wait, real
ladies
quick.
and
Wait,
gentlemen-
so then do we have a timer or no? We just like.
No, I'd still like to time the topic because I don't want us to like just stay on one topic for 2 hours and then that's the end of the fucking show. So let's still do the timers. But it's going to be like 25 minutes for all the rounds, pretty much. We're not going to decrease. With all that being said and done, I'm your host, kick.com/Quarantos. That's QORANTOS live right now. Joining me is my co-host, Destiny. You want to say hi?
Hi, what's up? It's Destiny.
Okay, there we go. Before I do the introductions, I want you guys, say a little about yourself and also tell us what your position is. Because I'm curious, right? You lean more towards, being on the Palestinian side or the Israeli side. So, to the right of Destiny, we've got Dylan Burns. Introduce yourself, please.
My name is Dylan Burns. I'm an American political Twitch streamer and I guess you could say amateur war journalist. My positions, I think, for the American political spectrum are definitely more pro-Palestinian, but saying that I'm pro-Palestinian does not mean that I need to align with a lot of the authoritarian nation states like Iran or groups like Hezbollah that back a lot of the militant groups that are fighting.
They're one
into the
person
Gaza
short
Strip
and
right
still
now.
didn't drag food shops up. That's fucked up.
There we go. Thank you for the intro. To the right of Dylan Burns and above me, a repeat contestant, the one and only, ladies and gentlemen, Fabian. Did I get it right this time, Fabian? There we go. Fabian Liberty Scott. There we go. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Scott from Fabian Liberty. You can find me on YouTube and Rumble. I'm an anarcho-capitalist, which is basically like the most extreme form of libertarian. So I find myself in a very weird position because I hate all nation states, so fuck the state of Israel. And yet, what I mostly find is an old
Walter
trope
White
of Marxist organizations supporting an oppressed class of other socialists, spewing a bunch of communist propaganda and bullshit history, and very little people actually understand the conflict. They just kind of understand that pre-programmed oppressed oppressor narrative. And so despite the fact that, I'm very critical of Israel, and then I think there are a lot of things we should be doing to try and stop them and better things, I find myself more often than not trying to combat socialist agitprop, misinformation, and just all around bad takes that you should always expect from anybody that labels themselves a socialist or anything further left.
Okay, there we go. Thank you for the introduction. To the bottom of Destiny and to the left of Prime, we'll get to you. Crowd favorite, Loaderbox. Introduce yourself, my man.
Hey, I'm Lonerbox. I generally lean more towards the Palestinian side, although I do believe Israelis have a right to live where they live now and live there in peace. I think for Palestinians, I think the question is fundamentally, it's not about who has an innate right to what land or tracing back some arbitrary point in history. To me, it's a question of human rights. I think Palestinians have a right to self-determination, to civil liberties. I think refugees have a right either to return or to reparations or restitution. I think they are owed a lot of reconciliation. How we get from here to there, I don't know. I guess we'll figure out in the panel.
There we go. Thank you for the introduction. To the right of Loaderbox and below Dylan Burns, we've got Prime. Kays? Which one is it?
Whatever you like.
Okay,
Thanks for having me here. I hope you all can hear me well. Just take a moment to thank my fellow contestants. Hey, Scott. Loaderbox, I haven't seen you in a while. Tom, I love you. I miss you. SDL, what's up? And nice to meet you, Quibble. And thank you for inviting me so much. So my name is Prime Kai, Primecays. You can find me on Twitch and YouTube. And simply put, my position is free Palestine from the river to the sea. Thank you.
My man. Oh, wait. Below Loner and diagonal to Prime, we've got Ted Kids. So my bad. Quibbles over coffee. Go ahead and introduce yourself, please.
Cool. I'm Quibbles over coffee. I'm broadly pro-Israel. I'm not sure if the question was in reference to what America should do or what Israel should do. In terms of what America should do, we should continue to fund the Iron Dome. We should probably try to, I can list a bunch of different things, but I don't want to do that now. And then in terms of what Israel should do, I think they're going to have to do, unfortunately, an occupation of the Gaza Strip.
All right, there we go. Thank you for the introduction. To our penultimate contestant, to the right of Quibbles, we've got SDL. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Mom.
Hey everyone, I'm Aiden. I run the channel Soft Done Left, and yeah, I'm pretty pro-Palestinian. I think the root cause of the violence here is the occupation. You don't have to support Hamas to say that. The only way that you're going to see a long-term end to this is an end to the occupation. There's a reason that though Israel has bombed Gaza 5 odd times in the past 2 decades, shit hasn't worked. The vast majority of those deaths, something like 80%, are not even military-aged men, much less militants, but not even military-aged men. I think this is pretty close to ethnic cleansing. Just one last stat before I go: 1.4 million people have been displaced here. We bombed Serbia for displacing 200,000.
Thank you for that introduction. Last but not least, Tom motherfucking Flu. Bro, why can't I read? Foolery. There we go. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name's Tom. I go by Tom Fuller Show on YouTube and Kick. I don't know that I'm pro one side over the other. Definitely out of all the people here, I'm probably the least educated on this topic, but I'm arrogant enough to show up for a panel anyways, and so I'm here to solve this crisis with you
I've been
fine
let
people.
known someone dropped out. I've been asked possibly to fill in.
Thank you
This
for
is
the
food shops. Kelly Jean
introduction.
said,
With
"Yep, feel free to get in
ladies and
reserve to
gentlemen,
anybody."
let's
Yeah,
get on with
Israel
the motherfucking
Palestine.
show. So,
Because the show format is not
Question
kick.
number-
Voting is only at the end. The panel
and
might be
by
a
the
little
way,
smaller
let's
this
see.
week anyway.
Listen, if you
Food shops
feel
did
the
not get
inclination to
dragged up,
jump
even
in,
though it's 7 people on
you
right
can
now
jump in,
and
you know what I
not
mean? Fuck it.
8.
It's long.
I'm a little
form, you know what I mean?
frustrated.
It's long
Yeah.
form.
Is it? Yeah.
And I
We don't-
replied,
Yeah, we don't mind.
"We
in
will
this
get
episode.
justice."
Okay.
I said, "All good."
So, following the October 7th attack and the subsequent counterattack by Israel, can violence or armed resistance ever be justified as a means of achieving political goals for either side in this ongoing conflict? Let me start with you, Loner. What's your take on this?
Yeah, I think Palestinians have a right to use some degree of violence. It's a fucking military occupation. I don't think that means that you're okay to go and kill civilians in a festival in the middle of a field. I much prefer the kind of like Mandela ANC style of going for like sabotage of infrastructure rather than targeting people, because then you don't have to deal with the problem of having to spend like 100 years reconciling for all the pain and death that you've caused, like trying to end the occupation. Israelis, I think they have a right to go after Hamas. I don't know what proportionality looks like exactly, but
Who the fuck was
yeah,
this
they have some
YOLO
right to
guy
do
then?
something. They can't just sit there and take it.
All right, Fabian, go ahead. And by the way, feel free to fucking cut each other off if somebody says something you
Okay.
disagree with, right? Like,
Tom,
this
we
ain't
can
one of
hear you
those, you know.
typing. Tom, we can hear you typing, just so you know.
Yeah, it's true. Just
Thank
mute
you.
when you're typing, please. All right, Fabian, go ahead.
Yeah, so I largely agree, right? I think, justified is a question of is a different question of than what should someone do, and I think we should maybe like separate those two things, right? Like I agree that like attacking infrastructure, government installations, government employees is something that Hamas, maybe not Hamas, because Hamas has kind of like lost most of their rights, justifiably so. But Palestinian organizations that haven't committed terrorist attacks have that right. But it's not a good tactic, right? Like it's a really bad idea. It's not going to help anybody. And if you're a consequentialist in your framework, we can still hear someone else typing. If you're a consequentialist in your framework, then you kind of have to look at that and go, okay, well, if it's only going to cause more problems for everybody, then you would probably have to say that it's unjustified. So anybody that's saying that it is justified, it's very interesting because I would then question what their moral framework is, because they're kind of proving to not be a utilitarian or consequentialist, and so I'm wondering where they're getting that justification from. But yeah.
So I'm just curious, is there anyone on the panel who thinks that it's a good idea or justifiable to attack civilians?
It depends on who you define as civilians. This part's very important.
Just
right?
regular,
Like,
normal Israelis, people living on a kibbutz.
Again, you have to define what that means, because we can understand that the settlers are armed, the settlers are attacking and clearing out villages themselves, right? And someone can call them a civilian, but they are not. So they are active participants in this violence. And so if the
you're saying
if the I'm going to answer your question. If the Palestinians were to attack those settlers, armed settlers who shoot, kill, rape, murder these individuals, yes, it's perfectly justified to fight back.
So I just want to be clear. Are you saying when you say civilian, when you say settlers, are you saying solely the people in the West Bank? Are you saying people in the West Bank also Israel proper? Are you saying West Bank, Golan Heights? What are you saying?
That's like I said. This is a good question because, as you're properly pointing out, not all settlers have equal access to Palestinians, and not all settlers are even armed. This is a spectrum. So I'm not exactly sure where that line is. But certainly the ones who are actively
it's a relevant line. You should have
armed.
an answer to the question of where the line
No,
is, right?
no, sorry. I'm not going to pigeonhole. I understand a spectrum of violence that's being done here. Some people are doing it
right, but I'm asking whether or not you're willing to condemn the murder of children.
Hold on. I'll answer your question. Excuse me. So I can understand that there's a difference between these two. Now, if you're asking me exactly where is the line, no, I don't know exactly where the line is, but there are active militants, settler militants, and they certainly are justified targets.
Yeah, but that's not to do with them being settlers. That's to do with them being.
Wait, hold on. Let me ask a clarifying question. Okay, just okay. So, for the purposes of this conversation, I think all of us can agree that when somebody says civilians, I think all of us agree that we're talking about citizens of Israel that are not engaged in direct military or violent confrontation. So, for instance, I would be shocked if anybody in here was opposed to Palestinians in the West Bank enacting violence on aggressive settlers using firearms to clear out camps. I think everybody in here would probably say there are justifications for that type of counterattack. I think the point of the question was to get more to for instance, the people that were partying at the festival, would these types of settlers be okay to enact violence against settlers on behalf of the Palestinians?
Stephen, you're incorrect. Those weren't settlers. Those were people in Israel proper.
What?
Those people were in Israel proper. They weren't in Gaza.
Oh, whoops.
I'm sorry. I understand what you're saying. What? There are some people.
Those people were in Israel proper. They weren't in Gaza.
I'm sorry. I understand what you're saying. There are some people. A lot of Palestinians.
There are people in the West Bank.
Sorry, hold on. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. One second. Just to be clear, there are some people that would consider all Israeli citizens settlers. So that's what I'm saying. The wording that we use. Yeah, I'm just saying civilians that aren't engaged in direct military occupation. Because when people say violence is okay against settlers, there are a lot of people that consider every Israeli citizen a settler. So that's what I'm trying to clarify. Right. So
yeah, fair.
I think, okay. Thank you for coming in and having to give definitions because leftists want to subvert things.
I want to ask you, Prime, when it comes to definitions of settlers. I mean, you said so when you say settlers, you always qualified it with settlers who are engaging in violence and attacking Palestinians. Well,
okay.
That doesn't matter
Q
if they're
doesn't
settler or not.
like food shops, but there's not beef.
To defend yourself against them. So I know legally,
but
just
it's just
settler,
because food shops has a reputation in the server. That's all.
Settler in the West Bank. That's
and because of the.
Do you agree with that, or do you think the settlers it doesn't matter?
Actually, I don't even know if Q doesn't like food shops. I could be completely wrong about that.
What do you think?
Yeah, it's a tough question.
But
I think overall,
no, food shops has gone crazy in the server a couple times. It's hilarious. She's trolling hard, but I think some people just don't get it. Honestly,
people, right? You are justifying and participating in the system.
Just as a real quick clarifying question, I'm sorry. Just when you say settler movement, do you mean only people in the West Bank, or do you mean all Israelis?
I guess right now I'll just talk about the West Bank. I'm more familiar with that rather than what's happening in Israel proper. So I'll just speak to that. So you are actively participating in that, and I don't want to whitewash that. But I don't know how we can just as outside observers say it's okay to shoot some kid who happens to have grown up in a settlement. I don't see how that can be a proper target.
You kind of showed your.
Yeah, his volume is a little bit low.
Well, you're saying there's a line that you can't define of where someone stops being a civilian, and then you said, but if they're participating in the settler movement, well, they're not. So what is it? Is it a person that goes to homestead property in an area and chooses to build a home? Right? Are they no
I wonder if this will work. I turned up his user volume, but I don't know if that's just for me or not.
The settler movement, or is it, or do they have to be someone that is actively armed? you kind of can't have your cake and eat it too, and kind of like
I'm
wink,
not
wink,
trying
nudge,
to.
nudge. Violence is okay against all of those
Hold
people.
on, I
but
literally
then be like, but totally not okay.
What did I just say? I made it very specific here. I said that like I don't see how we can justify a person who is simply there, not actually doing active violence, right? Like, or sorry, shooting someone, right?
Probably pull strings on these things.
Like
Yeah, I'll
I said, you
actually
contradict
shoot him a
yourself
message.
because you also said
right?
being
Yeah,
innocent.
sure, whatever. Yeah, sure. But anyway, I said that those individuals who aren't doing that, like I don't know how we can justify attacking them, right? So that would be problematic.
What do you mean by I don't know how we can justify it? It almost seems like you wish that you could find a way to justify attacking these people, but that you can't actually logically
he wasn't
say it.
going to
Like,
justify
you
it.
just mean it's
He's
unjustified.
All I'm
saying
doing,
he's not justifying it.
Nice, yeah. So all I'm doing is understanding that there's that we as observers want to look to see who is the good guy and who is the bad guy. We want to establish lines and draw them in the sand. I understand that these things aren't true in conflict zones. That there are injustices that happen all the time to various degrees. Some of them might require an armed response, right? And others, I don't know, especially for the Palestinians. I don't know what they can do, but that an armed response wouldn't be necessary or justified. Simple as that.
Okay, you also said that.
You say it's as simple as that, but can you just say it would be unjustified to attack people that have not attacked anyone else, that have simply been a quote part of the settler movement and have built homes there?
I'm sorry.
That would be unjustified to attack those people. Can you just say it is completely unjustified to attack people who have done nothing other than protect their homes? Armed people that have protected their homes, but have not actively gone out and attacked any Palestinian people that have just moved into that area.
Justin's
Is it
boy
unjustified to attack them?
What does protected their homes mean, right? So if a Palestinian
See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Is
what
that
are you
like
talking
you can't
about?
I'm
just
sorry, things are
unequivocally
more
say
complicated.
it would be wrong to do that?
You won't put
No, it's
me
not
in a black and
complicated.
white line.
You can't
simply
kill
won't do
peaceful
that.
people.
It won't happen to me. I get you, Scott. I have experience.
you
in how
won't go in a
operate.
box.
Okay,
But
wait,
that won't
okay,
work
hold
for
on,
me.
wait. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Just
Right, so you won't see what's wrong.
Okay, hold on. So just as a quick thing, okay? The steelman argument for Prime Kai's position is, let's say that you're a bunch of Arabs, you live in an area, IDF forces come in, gun you down, kill everybody,
that was
blow your shit up,
Lycan.
and then other settlers, under the protection of the IDF soldiers that murdered all,
Yeah,
or
it's his,
cleansed all of the
it's his
ethnic
chef.
Arabs that live there, now they build properties and homes and they live there, and then the IDF pulls back. Are the people that are now building houses on the bodies of your dead family members, are they enacting any form of violence, or are they safe despite the fact that they were put there with violence? That's like the steelman version of Prime Kai's argument.
Yeah, so I mean, if we take that, like, I would be all for. I would love if people took a libertarian position of understanding property rights and actually went in at an individual basis and said that certain individuals had their homes stolen and that it's stolen land, and that the first thing you do is say, hey, look, I have the deed to this home. Please move off of this land. This is legally mine, and you have no right to be here. And then we escalated until a form where eventually we had to go to violence because they refused to move. Yeah, I would love that if that was the case, but I know that that's not the steelman position, because that would require Prime Kais to be a libertarian.
Yeah, can we have a clarification?
That can't be the steelman position. That would be mine.
Wait, hold on. That is literally the steelman position. Is that there might be quote unquote civilian settlements in the West Bank, but those are put there on the auspice of IDF violence, right? That's the whole point.
So, Stephen, where would that be?
Right, and the solution to that would be
what
individual
specific
property,
location are you talking about?
Like
What I'm talking about the expansion of settlements in the West Bank.
Right. What specific expansion? What specific settlement?
I don't know the name of the specific settlement, but the territory of the West Bank wasn't within the original Israeli borders defined after the War of
Right. So, are you saying?
So
are you saying that
every
the
single
existence...
every single Israeli settlement, all of them, literally every single one. The only reason why that territory exists is because Israel has drawn armistice lines over it after a prior war, right? The 6-Day War.
So, are you saying the influx of Jews, or are you saying the Area C as a concept? Right, like the Area C, as in like it is controlled both militarily and civilly by the Israeli government, is a separate question than whether or not there's an influx of Jewish people. So
I'm
which
saying
one of those
that
are you
every
discussing?
single Jewish settlement in the West Bank is arguably.
But when you say settlement there, like my point is, like, there's a difference between like if people purchase land, this is Fabian's point, people purchase land gainfully, rightfully from people, from Palestinians, and then they purchase that land and then they live on that land. Like, what's the problem there as a Jewish person? Like, why is it different for a Jew to do that than for a Muslim to do it?
Because you're making an assumption that I think maybe is, again, another part of this socialist agitprop and murky waters that so many people have to dig through in order to understand what actually happened. Is that, yes, you are definitely describing the way some settlements have been established. Also, other settlements have been established by people like kind of cheekily, peacefully moving in and then causing problems, and then they waiting for the Palestinians to attack, and then wiping out that section, and then being like, "Oh, all this new land is up for grabs," right? And then there are other sections where individuals have gone to Palestinians, purchased land, and then moved in and lived in that land. And there's no stolen land involved in this process whatsoever, unless you believe that a Jew existing on the land taints the land itself.
Yeah, but I think Prime is saying that he doesn't believe in violence against these people unless they're actively involved in violence themselves, not just by being on the land in and of itself.
Right.
Because if
Like in
I would have said that as well.
Based.
And then I was like, "Hey, can you say that?" And then he wouldn't.
Fabian, that's not quite true, because there are examples where it actually has been stolen.
I just
land.
realized
So
I went
the
to
most
go
famous
clean my
example, the
bong.
most recent one was in 2017. It was in Mona. Right, so
Hey,
that was an
no
example of land that was just literally taken.
I said there are
by a bunch
examples
of
that there
Jews
are
and just
that
started
aren't,
squatting.
right? Like,
Right,
you
and
could
to be
you could
clear,
go all
like,
the way you could go
Israel,
all
the
the way back
government
you could go all the way
stopped
back to like the British Mandate and say, and like, and if you really looked, you know, enough historically, and there were documents, right, like the Britain controlled areas, you know, that have been left from the Ottoman Empire. I'm sure there's tons of land there that has been stolen from somebody or was public unused land. It, like, you know, everything ultimately,
but I'm saying
if you want to be properly ethical,
there
has
are
to go by
cases-
case basis.
Yeah, so
There's a
look,
difference
Scott,
between my point is there's a difference between an outpost and an actual settlement. A settlement is a place that there are like genuine property rights of the people there. An outpost does not. So there are outposts that exist. Again, Mona's the most
Well, just to
recent
be
example.
clear, those
There's
property rights are devolved under military occupation, though. That's why they're not recognized internationally. That's why they're illegal. They're illegal to Israel, but they're illegal to everyone else.
Okay.
I think as a quick
Scott,
so
Scott,
just as a real quick thing,
Your whole thing is anarchist. I don't give a fuck about Israel or anybody else.
Buying land and territory, right, is not necessarily a bad thing. Buying land and territory that you have like an unrecognized military occupation over is quite a bit different, especially when you're buying land from people that everybody agrees you've ethnically cleansed already from their homes and territory.
Scott, like,
I'm sorry,
I just want to like try to address your point directly. What I was trying to say, when you asked me that question, right, like, will you sign on to this statement? I wanted to show just how difficult it is just to just make any sort of blanket statement. So when you said, because before you said like an Israeli who is defending their home, right, is that person different from a person who goes out and attacks Palestinians in another village? Well, what I was trying to say is, if a Palestinian comes back to that home and says, "Hey, this is my place," and that person, the Israeli, pulls out a gun on them, and then the Palestinian escalates, like, is that justified? So I was just trying to like complicate the situation.
Let me be as fair as I can.
What you're saying, and in fact,
be as fair as I possibly can.
And in fact, I'm signing on more to what you're like, the homesteading libertarian view of this, right? So like, I'm trying to like build a bridge here. Go ahead.
Right. If I can be as fair as I possibly can, right? Will you sign on to this statement? A person purchases property from a Palestinian, has a deed that shows that they purchased property from a Palestinian to move into an area for whatever reason that they desire, because they like that. Maybe they just fucking love Palestinian people, right? Maybe they're just fucking, you know, some super hardcore Tel Aviv lefty that just, you know, lives in solidarity with the Palestinians, right? And wants to live amongst them. And they purchase land, right? And then they live in their home and they have firearms, and they've never used those firearms unless someone came in to raid their home they gainfully purchased. Is it wrong to commit violence against those people? Is it unjustified in that specific example?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So we have at least
that includes
some area where there's some people in the West Bank that it is unjustified to attack by your
Absolutely,
definition,
yes.
which means that a blanket attack on quote unquote settlers in the West Bank is not justified.
Absolutely.
It needs to
Do you
be
think that
looked
those
at
people have done
individually.
something
We need to
wrong?
look at property disputes.
Do you think that those Jews have done something wrong, Prime?
Which Jews?
The Jews who are purchasing that land.
From a
You mean
Palestinian?
the
As
Jews?
you just laid it out. From a Palestinian, certainly not. I mean, if a Palestinian wants to sell their land, and yes, I mean.
Okay,
assuming
so
it's
if
up to
in
market
Area
price and
C,
not at gunpoint, yeah.
So I just want to clarify: if in Area C, a Jew wants to purchase land, and they are a citizen of Israel, you are okay with them purchasing that land?
Full on like black
If
comedy
they
horror.
got- if they
Okay.
can
I'll have
get
to
it,
check
if
it
they're
out.
not-
Excision, you
if like
said?
it's a fair
Yeah,
deal,
excision.
obviously, right? If there's like
What about
pressure on
you,
this
Stardust?
Palestinian to
And
sell,
how's your
like the
makeup
IDF is
coming
saying we're going to
along?
clear this
Just
place
looking
out,
to-
and then some Jewish settler comes in and says, "Oh, I'll give you
Stardust.
some money for this,"
Stardust,
right?
no.
In that case,
Sorry.
it's not so much.
Hi.
But if it's
What's
just
up?
a
Okay,
regular,
and that would be a case-by-case
Absent coercion. Absent coercion, but like absent coercion, but there's always going to be like some limited level of coercion.
I just want to clarify
I
what
would
we're
say
talking
it's
about.
one
We're talking about Jewish people purchasing territory with no coercion from a group of people under indefinite military occupation. Just to be clear, that's what you're saying.
This is the problem I have with
In
this,
Area
though,
C,
is that
correct.
it's kind of impossible to remove the coercion from the element when there's IDF soldiers on the beat, when the Palestinians in occupied territory are going to be treated by a separate set of laws than Israeli citizens, and they're going to be treated differently from the government than Israeli citizens. I think that state of conditions in and of itself is coercive France
To
or
the Palestinians
Germany or
to
the
make them
United
want to
States
leave
and go
Okay,
to maybe
here.
to the diaspora
I think the
overseas.
rate of approval
are
for
there any-
building, for
Consider
the rate of
illegal
approval for
in-
building on Palestinian property is something
Here.
like 2%.
Consider
Like,
illegal in
Israel
Israeli
overwhelmingly
occupied
denies
territories
the
on
ability
one of
of
two
Palestinians
bases.
to build
Article
their own
49 of
shit
the
on their
Fourth
own
Geneva
land because
Convention
they
for
don't want
West
more
Bank and
Palestinians
East
there.
Jerusalem and
But,
Golan
like, where are
Heights.
you
The
so obvious?
occupying power shall now
In
deport
the
or
West
transfer
Bank.
parts of its own civilian
They don't have
population
control
into
over
the
it.
territory it
I believe that's
occupies.
statistics on
It also
Jerusalem.
prohibits the
You're talking about-
individual or
about
mass
Jerusalem,
forcible
that's certainly
transfers as well as the
that- I
deportation
don't know
of
the exact
protected
statistics
persons
off
from
the top of my
occupied
head.
territory. Article
That wouldn't
49 of
shock
the
me
Fourth
in
Geneva
Jerusalem.
Convention.
That's a very different
Okay,
conversation
if
than
Prime
West
Kai
Bank
did his
before.
research, he
My
would know
understanding
this,
is
but he
that-
didn't. Okay, so bad.
My understanding is that for the West
Okay,
Bank, any
alright,
sort
cool.
of
Glad we know
construction
this.
has
Alright,
to be done
yeah.
under the approval of
See,
the
see,
Israeli
this
military
is
because
why
it's
you
a
need.
military, they're the controlling government in that area.
Like, this
Not
is
just
why.
in East
Okay,
Jerusalem,
alright,
but literally
yeah.
all parts of the West Bank.
All
no?
right, if you did your research, you
Not
would.
in all of
Okay,
it.
but
In
I did my
Area
research.
C, that's
all right,
true.
yeah.
In Area
do you
B,
see this?
it is
do you see
militarily
this?
controlled
Do you see
by-
this?
by
do you see
Israel.
this?
It's
Do you
not
see this?
civilly
This is why
controlled,
it's
so there are
important.
certain
This is why it's
places in
important.
Area
You
B
can
in which
nail
that
them
is the
so
case.
hard.
In
You can
Area
nail
A,
them
that is
so
not
hard.
true
Look
at
at
all.
this.
So in most of the cities,
You can nail
which the
both
majority
of
of
them
people
so
live in,
hard. You can nail both of
in
them
West
so hard.
Bank,
You can nail both of them
that's
so
not the
hard.
case.
You can nail both of them so hard. Holy fuck.
All right. Does anybody else has anything to say?
Why
before we
didn't
move on
Loner
to
bring
the
this
next
up either?
question?
Oh, why didn't Loner bring
Any
this up
last
either?
takes?
Just want to remind everybody that in the beginning I said that.
And also, the
Palestinians
Supreme Court of Israel, with a variety of different justices sitting,
Israeli
has
government.
repeatedly stated that Israel's presence in the
In
West
case
Bank is a
anyone
violation of
accuses
international
me of
law.
being too
Even Israel's Supreme
just
Court
in that
has ruled this as well.
example.
Did you know Israel's Supreme Court has
Just
ruled
to
this
read
as
the
well?
permitting
And the
thing,
UN
it's 2%
resolution
of
hold that
Area C,
Israeli
so the area
settlements
under
calls
Israeli
upon Israel to
control.
stop
But
transferring
still, like,
people.
again, that's the sort of
Holy
example of
fuck.
the coercion here.
Dude,
that
you don't.
If Area
Holy
C
fuck.
expands and Palestinians
Oh
can't
my
build
god,
there,
no
the
one's
amount of
saying
area
this.
that they get to
Why
control
is
gets
anyone
smaller
saying
and
this?
smaller and smaller.
Oh
There's
my
clearly
god.
structural
It's
violence
actually
going on
driving
here
me crazy
that doesn't
nuts,
justify
though.
violence against individuals, but maybe does justify violence against the
Oh my
structures.
god, why wasn't I let on?
I'm curious. Do you
I
have?
was
do you
not
have
let
the
on
numbers
to say
of
this
the
shit.
Israeli
Are you
approval
fucking
process?
kidding me? I actually
Isn't it
did
like
my
94%?
research.
I feel like I've seen these numbers before. It's very, very, very high on
Yeah.
the Israeli side.
Are you
Yeah,
going
but
on?
what-
No,
can
it's
you-
too late. It already
can-
started. I'm never
like,
coming
I also think it'd be
on.
worth
that Area C one.
I think
I-
it'd be
I
worth
was gonna
knowing
ask-
as well.
okay, just-
What percentage of settler land is actually just Jews purchasing the land from Palestinians who own the land? Because I thought
I did my
wasn't quite a lot of this
research.
land that was devolved to settlements actually unregistered land that was obviously taken under Israel during the occupation. Do you know?
I mean, like most
I don't
most
know
of
the answer to that,
Israel,
but I have
well,
no-
most of current day Israel, Palestine, Assyria,
There
Palestine,
was sure I still didn't.
was, just unused land. Like most of it is public land that no one's been living on.
You're in this
That's
way.
what
Yeah,
I
but I
thought.
don't
There's
have
a
channel
lot of
perms.
it
I don't have channel
Yeah.
There's a large portion
I
of
don't
Israel
have
that's
channel
like,
perms.
is unairable until people come there and build infrastructure, or there are swamps, or there is desert. Right? Specifically in the West Bank, yes, you know the land is a little bit better, but it's still. I mean, like when you look at the best maps available in terms of like as the Zionist movement come in and with each process, there's still tons of public domain land that nobody's living on, and then people go and live on.
But that's why when we're talking this argument about Jews buying up land from Palestinians individually, like maybe even under occupation, maybe you can make an argument for that. But I feel like in most cases, it's settlers who are taking this land because that land was taken by Israel in 1967, and that's like, and that's where the majority of it comes from. And I'd say that so the majority of cases, that's why settler presence would be unethical, right?
Yeah. So what's your view on what should happen on that land?
Either land swapped, because those people are not going to want to live in a Palestinian state, or you withdraw. Probably I'd withdraw
No,
the
I'm saying-
outposts 100%.
I'm saying prior to the settlements, like prior to Jews moving in there, what
Well, I
should
think
have
it would have
happened to
been.
that land?
So in '67.
Yeah.
Is that entertaining the
I think
lower right
initially
corner?
It wasn't even. It wasn't
Maybe
even.
66.
Wait, Jesus Christ! I think even
that's
initially it
entertaining.
wasn't even legal
No,
by
not every
Israeli
single bald
standards for them.
person's
They just went there of their own
entertained,
accord. They just
Not every
wandered
single
in
bald
there
person's
themselves
entertained.
and kind of did it independently. So I think if Israel had maybe just kind of enforced some rules there and said, "Wait, this isn't actually like going to be ours forever."
Why is it on Israel to do?
Because they're occupying the territory.
Okay, so it's Israel's job to forcibly remove any Jews who want to go into the area.
Yes.
To occupy territory, if they want to like a path to statehood for their neighbors, then yeah. Unless they just want to have the situation we have now.
Wait, what was the
which is
question?
you expand
Okay, so
settlements
you
for like
do
50,
believe
60
that-
years.
Okay, so
What was the
what
question?
is your stance that in order for Palestine
don't they
to
list the
be
question
a
here?
separate country, it has to be an ethno-state with no Jews?
I don't say it needs to be an ethno state.
Why don't
First
they
of all,
list-
okay, wait. Do you think these settlers would want to live in a Palestinian state?
Well, I'm asking. Like these are not Israelis.
I'm not saying
at
it
this
needs
time.
to be an
We're talking
ethno state.
about
I'm saying
Jews.
I'm not. It's not about the. It's not about. They could be the same ethnicity. It's that you're settling in occupied territory. Where the
but
people who
it's-
live there
you're
don't
not-
have
but my point
self-determination.
is,
They have no say
you
over.
wouldn't make the same. You wouldn't make the same claim about all of the Palestinians who post Nakba were leaving Israel proper and going into the West Bank. So I'm curious, what's the difference there between Jews moving into the West Bank and Palestinians moving into the West Bank, and why?
Because one group moved there as refugees, the other one moved there as settlers.
So is your claim that the Jews in the 1940s and 1950s and 1960s were not refugees?
The ones in '67, the ones who moved into the West Bank, I don't think they were refugees.
Good food shop.
I'm asking prior to that.
Were
like,
they?
At the beginning of the founding of Israel. is
You
your
can
claim
ask
that
me a
those
completely
Jews weren't
different question
refugees?
if you want. No, yeah, I think the Mizrahi and North African Jews were refugees, but that's a completely different question.
Well, and even
Okay.
refugees
Wait,
don't have
could-
the right to. Even refugees don't have the right to go and like take other people's land. Like that's not
You
a
don't have a right
that
to.
what we're
Yeah, I don't know if
talking
refugees.
about.
Yeah, but
We're not
like
talking about
again.
taking other people's land.
So refugees, I would imagine you have a right to be a citizen in Israel because that's like a country that that wants to take Jewish people. So
Why would it be? Why is it such a crazy idea? The idea that an occupying state, while occupying territory, should stop its own citizens or its own people from going there and settling on the territory of the displaced.
Yeah, my point is, I
during
don't like this
World War
idea-
II we had the standard in Germany and we just started having random like American nationalist colonies all across Germany, we would expect the American government to expel them.
The point I'm
or
trying
when
to
we
make is I don't
occupied
like the
Iraq and
idea that
Afghanistan, would it have been
Jews-
okay for me to just go in there and like set up a fucking little tent?
The
and-
point that I'm trying to make is that I don't like this
Obviously
idea that Jews are by definition Israeli. That's a bad idea, right?
No one's
they're
making
just
that argument.
Jews.
They should
Wait,
stop
what?
Palestinian.
No, you kind of
they-
are.
They,
You're
they
making
should
this-
stop
you're making this
Palestinian
case that-
Arabs who
you're
want to go
making
be
this
settlers
case-
too.
No,
Like, it
you're
doesn't-
trying to
you're
make
making
it. You're
this
trying to make
case-
it. No, you're trying to make it an ethnicity argument. I'm saying I can apply this to anywhere. In occupied fucking
point is that you
Afghanistan or
wouldn't
Iraq,
make
it wouldn't have
the
been
claim.
okay for me to go there and just set up house under that
The
regime
point is
because
that you
same thing with
seem to
with
have no problem.
West
You seem
Bank.
to have no problem with an influx of Palestinians into this area, whether it's in 48, whether it's in 67. But you seem to have a very large problem with
Because
the
they
idea
were
that
forced
this is so
there.
cringe.
I
This is
seem
so
to have
cringe.
no
That's the
problem
difference.
That is so
with
cringe.
delineating the difference
It's
between
actually so
settlers and
cringe.
refugees.
It's actually
Yeah,
so
I don't
cringe.
have much of a problem making
It's
that
cringe.
separation.
I want to get it so
You
bad,
are-
I have a
but I
question.
can't. I
Quibbles,
can't.
quibbles.
I can't.
Yeah,
Can't
go
go.
for it.
Just,
It's so cringe.
you know, there seems to be. I'm trying to understand. Is it an anti-Semitic thing? And I'm not accusing anybody here of anti-Semitism. Just more kind of like a broad cultural thing. Is it an anti-Semitic thing, or is it a timeline thing, like a certain distance in terms of time? Because like the way that I see it is like I agree, right? Like individual property that was owned, that in 48 you had fleeing Palestinian Arabs, if they can prove.
That's
show
saying
in
you would
any
never
capacity
associate
that,
with
like,
2000.
they
Then he would
owned
kick
this
me out the
portion of land,
server.
and then it
The
wasn't
fuck? He would
just
kick me out.
unused land, that it's their land, not the settlers that came afterwards land. But it seems to be that there's like this weird thing where Israel is held to this like super libertarian property idea perspective that like no other country is held to. Because like as far as I'm concerned, by this logic, and I agree, most of you probably won't.
I was
all of
literally on the
northern
Bridges
Georgia,
podcast
every
yesterday.
white motherfucker that
makes
lives
no
there
sense.
needs to get off of their land right now, because then the Cherokee Nation in 1850 that was forced to walk the Trail of Tears,
The Bridges
they homesteaded
podcast,
land, they had
hosted
a
by
post
Erudite
office,
and
they had
Destiny.
property deeds, they did
That makes
everything
no
they
sense.
could to prove that that is their land. And so like you don't like if you live in northern Georgia, you're not just
Oh,
gonna
shit.
take out of
That
land.
explained to me right now.
You know that everybody on here is pro-reparations. I guarantee it, right? Like, like Prime Kai or Loner Box, do you oppose reparations? I know.
Reparations is a
He's
totally
asking the question
separate
to you because you
Okay.
didn't agree with him.
I just noticed your shit
I'm
in
not going to agree with him.
my gen chat.
I am not going to agree with him. The answer to the question is no, it is not anti-Semitic for people to be concerned about the Palestinian right to lands, even post-48, even post-67. There is a very real concern that there was a large number of people who have been forced out during the Nakba. There is a very real concern that, yes, Palestinians have a right to live in this area. What I contend with is I think this idea that Jews
I think this
don't
panel
have
is
a
doing
right
fine
to live in the
though,
West Bank,
without
which
me,
is a
in terms
very
of getting
important component
Quibbles
our historic
pushback right
lands.
now.
I think that is
People
a
are
crazy
giving
idea.
Quibbles plenty of pushback right now. I think that's fine. But it's only during the settlements part.
First of all,
It
no one
is
gets to talk
only
about
during the
what's in
settlements part,
what
guys. It's
historical
only during the
lies.
settlements
Also,
sections.
was
that I was going
actually
crazy.
answering my question. Like Sockdown Left was actually answering my question, and you just latched onto the anti-Semitic.
Yeah, LB stepped up. LB stepped up.
Is there any way
LB stepped
Sockdown
up.
Left could finish? Because like
It's fine.
I think
Well, sure.
reparations are something different.
I
mean,
it sounds like
Pebbles, if you were-
Lonerbox was gonna give the same answer that historical land, whatever, is not the important thing here. Like Israel is unique in part because what other countries are doing settlements
Destiny
like
hired
Israel.
NSC, yeah,
Part of the
yeah.
reason that we talk about it this way is it's so rare nowadays. A lot of settlements like this died in 1960 during decolonization, but Israel's didn't. Israel's has been going on for another 50, 60 years. That's why we only talk about Israel in that sense. People did talk about stuff like this, about like French colonies and British colonies in random far-off countries where they set up their own little tiny ethno-state of British only or French only, and they get to run the whole country from there. Yeah, like that. And I just
Also, as like a quick, as a quick, wait, hold on, as a
French colonialism.
just wait, well, hold on, just as a quick thing I'd like to throw in here too. I also think it's okay, we can meaningfully talk differently about the Palestinian peoples, because while the rules of the world might have been like conquest and conquer and take the territory, and I think it's 1945, like the UN has an official charter that a whole bunch of countries around the world signed on to.
You know
that
all the
actually,
gossip?
like explicitly gave people
sort of.
the right to self-determination, for people to live on land and to exist there in a way that like the Cherokees or Native people in North America didn't. So I think it's worth speaking in a world where all of us try to abide roughly by international law. The UN Charter explicitly in Chapter 1, Article 1, whatever, like explicitly states for people to have a right to a self-determination as people in a land. So that would make it a little bit different than like North American stuff.
All right, hold
Yeah,
on.
but it
Hold on.
sounds like
Wait, Tom, hold on. I want to shift gears slightly. Okay, we've been on this topic for a bit. On the same, like, sort of topic, I want to ask you guys this, right? Do you believe in a two-state solution? If yes, what are the rightful borders between Israel and Palestine? Quibbles, I want to start with you.
Okay, I want a clarification. When you say believe in, do you mean I want it, or do you believe?
If Tom has yet to utter sentence, yeah, that's why he needs to chip in. He needs to be more aggressive.
I wouldn't say want it.
Whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, he needs to chip in.
Do you think that would be the best solution if there would be two states?
I think the best solution.
And also, this has been very civil. This has been very civil for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-person panel. 7-person is definitely pushing it a little bit for a productive panel. But, yeah, good thing you didn't put in anybody who is like super duper
but I think it's going to happen
crazy,
tomorrow, and I think that it's going to take a lot of struggle, and I think it's going to require that there's an occupation of Gaza for a long time to get there, and I think it's going to require that, unfortunately, many hundreds of thousands of people are going to die. I think it's going to be screwed for a really long time. Yeah.
So when you say the settlements should become part of Israel proper,
only 3 or 4 people are talking.
I guess that would also
mainly,
mean the West Bank would be kind of disconnected, right? Because those settlements run in between.
Yeah, that's why
I don't know what Dylan Burns.
Yeah, so thank you for just explaining why people are getting settlements for reasons that are not anti-Semitism and ethnicity. That's fine.
Tom doesn't know this topic well enough.
Now we know.
They might be bringing in aristocracy soon.
What?
The
overwhelming majority of settlers.
That's crazy. Okay, that probably explains it a little bit more.
90% are literally within a mile of the border. So those settlements that are very close to the border, that are there primarily for fiscal reasons, I would put them in a separate category than the ones that are there primarily for religious reasons, which are much further inland.
I don't know. So, even in Camp David,
She randomly
these
started showing
settlements
interest in DGG
then
chat.
running between communities were
That makes
prevalent
sense
enough that it would have kind of
they are more
disconnected the West
sympathetic
Bank.
towards
So
her, and then she
I can't
also
imagine a
has more
settlement
clout.
now would not include that though,
Uh,
unless you want
She
to
also has more
dismantle
clout.
some of them.
The answer is that there's going to be some number of Jews that are folded into
So,
that,
I mean,
that Palestinian West Bank. And there's
that's
going to be some
understandable.
number of Palestinian
I get it.
non-Jews that are folded into Israel proper.
And
as a result of
also,
this.
not only
This
does
is
she
going
have
to
more
be
clout,
complicated.
but
There's a reason it's going to take 40 years to get to it.
she
but I do think
is
that's the closest to a reasonable solution that I can think of.
She
And again,
she
it is
probably
not
knows
happening tomorrow,
more,
and again, it's going to
and
be
she's
incredibly
never
bloody to
appeared
get to
before
it.
on Kicker Keep, and she has a lot of dramas
So I
around
would
her
say
as well.
two things.
So, and she's also
First,
pro-Zionist.
the only
I'm sorry, not
ethical
pro-Zionist, pro-Israel, pro-Israel.
that doesn't
Not
violate
pro-Zionist.
anyone's rights is
Pro-Israel.
that the state of Israel.
So
the
that's
nation state
like
is
she
resolved,
matches up with a lot
and
more.
that, you know, private property
less,
rights and
yeah,
anarchism is given to everybody. But, you
takes
know,
on Twitter about
kumbaya,
this
la
issue.
la land,
Why
fucking
did you get
joking
kicked
shit,
off?
right? So I would say that, you know, a proper,
it's,
you know,
not the
better
clout. Yeah. Because
tactic
I'm a lot more
towards
neutral. Yeah.
would have to be a two-state solution.
She would
much like
also be more
offered.
equivalent. Yeah.
I would say, you know,
Why did you get
67
kicked
borders
off?
is probably the closest we'll
I
get.
got kicked
I'm
off
gonna just
because
disagree with, you know, the pro-Israel
I've been
stands
again.
in terms
I'm
of-
not.
of-
I'm not.
of,
I'm not
you know,
pro-Israel.
the West Bank areas,
And
I think those
I
should
am
be under the Palestinian
because they need
Authority.
a balance. They need a balance.
And most of those people will probably
I've
have
been
to
on
flee
Kicker Keep too
because
many times.
when you have a majority
They're
Muslim
looking for
country,
first
you can
timers
pretty much
primarily.
expect
They're
that,
prioritizing
you know,
first timers.
that they'll kill you.
So yeah.
Can I ask you a
because
quick
that's
clarifying
just fucking
question?
Islam.
Because I'm actually not sure. When people say, just as a quick question, I'm not sure if you guys know this. When people say 67 borders, do they mean like 48 borders, or do they mean like post 6-Day War borders? Like, what are they talking about?
Did they tell you about this? They
Okay,
gave me this shortly before everything,
67 borders,
which is
so I would say that
I
as
don't know.
well
It feels
as
kind of weird, but
like
it is
what was
it is.
offered in 2019
Like
to the Palestinian Authority
because
that they
I feel
rejected,
like
which is
people should be more
67
organized, but
borders
whatever. I mean, it's normal for Kicker Keep.
you know,
like
joint
for Kicker Keep,
control
that's
over all
normal.
holy sites in
Because
Jerusalem,
people because
was
they
offered,
I guess it's
so,
like
you know, has
like
been
you know
offered
like they
multiple
would
times.
prioritize it for Kicker
And so
Keep.
like that, I think that's
2019?
probably the best
I'm
deal.
gonna go to no. Okay,
Yeah,
no, you don't.
the
No, stop
2019
bothering. No,
perfect deal
don't
or
bother
whatever.
anybody.
That was
So
just
they
Trump
have
never got to talks.
Tom and
The Trump just
Kyle,
never
who
went
say
to
they
talks.
contribute nothing.
Yeah, the Trump deal. They
No,
just immediately were like, no, fuck
Okay,
it.
Prime
everyone-
Time has
everyone
contributed
Google
a
the
lot
map
in the
for
first
the
phase.
Trump
In the
Jack
first
should have
phase,
been on
the
this panel, you're
settlement,
right.
it was
Why the Palestinians weren't
exclusively
interested.
Prime
He would have
Time.
made everybody want to kill themselves.
In the
Google
first
the map.
phase, it was
Am I
exclusively Prime
Am I
Time.
incorrect that it was-
Have you seen them? Because the Trump deal was
Tom,
2020,
Tom, I
but
feel like Tom
there's a
just
good
doesn't
reason
know
Palestinians were never
enough,
gonna accept this, right?
probably,
You've
for
seen the
him
map.
to contribute safely.
It
Because
looks
he
like
doesn't
someone just
want to
like
look like a
flicked
fool.
paint
Tom
on the
Fuller.
Israel map
So there
when
you
you've
go.
got fucking Palestinian territory. Right?
People have literally posted
I mean,
That's my
of,
guess.
like subdividing California with vision for peace up top because of how fucked it is. Where you like you carve out like the top like the 8 red counties in California and it looks the fucking same.
Then why are they on? You should be. I don't. Oh no! I did so much research.
Before a map, before any deal, before anything was put forward, right? Trump said.
No, but
I
Tom
don't know
has
that it
done
was Trump's
research. I just don't know why he's not
specific
speaking
list.
up.
They
Like
were
Tom has done
speaking about
research.
67
He should be more
borders
comfortable
of joint
speaking up.
control, and
I just don't
then
know.
the
I just don't know why.
Palestinian Authority, without ever seeing the deal.
Yeah, I genuinely don't know why
Just
he's
as a
not
quick thing,
speaking
because I just
up.
look this
I
up
mean,
real
like,
quick, just as a real quick,
which
looking
happens.
up this, looking at the borders that were proposed for this, the amount of territory here allotted to the Palestinians seems significantly less than what existed in from 48 to 67, and it looks like the Palestinians weren't even consulted when it came to doing this proposal. So it's not surprising that anybody would.
Yeah, it was an untenable solution. I will say that
Hello?
the map itself.
The
Doing great. How are you?
When we look at
Alive?
Like every deal since
Alive,
Geneva
okay.
has
Um,
would never happen.
That was the
Yeah.
deal.
You said you're not going to be
There's a
streaming for
couple
the
of
entire
things.
day. You said you have a sleep schedule.
Big psychic.
Yeah, I
To be fair,
have
I'm transgender. Okay, so let's.
I have a sleep study
There's a couple of things. The
thing.
first thing that I will say is that the idea of having
What's a
and this is
sleep
exactly
study?
what Lennox was saying
I have to
earlier,
go
is
in and
that
sleep in a
the
hospital and
idea
get all
of
hooked up to a
having
bunch of
these,
shit.
territories that are not actually
Doesn't mean he's
Oh.
memorizing it. Well,
idea
but
that
then
this is why
then they
the
should
idea
have
of
had a
Gaza,
document.
Are you
They should have
okay?
had a document.
Yeah, no, I just have really shitty
idea.
like sleep
But the
problems.
second
So
component that I do think is worth pointing out
Oh.
is that when you look at maps like this, this, it's very similar to like the Electoral College. Republicans will constantly look at like an Electoral College and be like, ooh, look at the whole thing is red, right? Except these tiny little cities. Well, yeah, but the cities are blue, right? So like similarly,
His
well, yeah,
ADHD makes it hard for him to learn only by only reading. Yeah, that's why a lot of times when I look at them, I read them out loud and then I type it.
Because from a military perspective, that is somewhere that you're able to shoot off rockets from, and so it has a lot of military implications, but has very little implications in terms of the daily life of many of the people who actually live in cities.
Is there anybody who thinks that the West
I
Bank
don't
and
support this.
Gaza should be one state while separated like that?
Say it again.
Is there anybody who does think that the West Bank and Gaza should be one state while separated like that?
Yeah, that was that was what the Trump peace bond was. Yeah. That was up until like this month the broad view of a lot of people. It's very recent that people believe that Gaza and the West Bank need to be considered to be like separate things. That is not something that either the Palestinian or the Israeli side were in support of up until this month.
I threw a suggestion for dragging as a wild card later on.
I would say, I don't think that they were going to leave cross borders. So where they
what the fuck?
I would say that they would.
Well, yeah, senior Israelis are talking about just kicking all the Palestinians out, and they've got the plans to concentrate it out, but that's the plan that's rising in their minds.
So real quick, I just wanted to go back.
You should drag me in for this. Is there a genocide question, Jingle?
I did come up with a genocide question.
Yeah,
I don't
you
know.
did.
Otherwise, they're doing fine. Okay, I don't know.
It doesn't have to get quiet after that. Like,
Are they gonna use it, or does
I have no
how does Food
idea.
Shop know about
This
it?
moment will never come again, so I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy it.
How does
But,
Food Shops
drinks
know
are
about
done
it?
that like multiple times on your show. Don't.
I
Oh,
know,
I
I'm
talked to her
gonna-
about it.
I always take my L's publicly. All right.
Oh, okay.
Wash over them. Fuck off.
Is it? Do you think it
Alright,
is it a good
alright, let me ask
question
you
to
this.
ask? Because I
To
feel
what
like it's
extent,
really
and this is
inflammatory.
something that we've seen plenty, and this is something that I'm sure all of you guys have
There's
seen
a
as well. To what extent does
the
it
question is
legalize
phrased differently. It's about
international
ethnic
terrorism in the
cleansing.
region, perpetuate
Okay.
or exacerbate the conflict, and how can this be rectified?
Wait, did
through a fair
Carantos
representation?
use any of the questions you
Because I'm
gave
sure a
him?
lot of you have,
No,
you know, some takes
Oh,
on the
okay.
coverage
I don't
of
think
the
so.
conflict.
He wrote all of his own for this one again.
Can we start with Destiny?
He's
Well,
fucking
so is
stupid.
Jackson
Point
Hinkle. No one should listen to
And
Jackson.
What's the
retarded.
point of
Then you
even
can say
getting us?
whatever else you were going to say.
What's
Yeah.
the point of getting us
Wait,
to
wait,
write
hold on.
questions
What's your
for him if
problem,
he's not going to
Jackson?
use them?
I don't know,
Jackson
dude.
Hinkle is an idiot.
He's just really
Completely
he's a
stupid.
narcissist and a fucking moron. He's just kind of
Bro,
stupid.
Fuck the American. Oh my god, communism terrible. Like, no, wait, quibbles. What's your problem
Yeah.
with Jackson Hinkle?
That Jackson Hinkle like regularly just constantly in terms of the attack on the hospital, in terms of lots of stuff, he's just like constantly saying complete. That was supposed to be a throwaway, but yeah, he's saying complete bullshit all the time, and it's just
He
like
is.
Okay,
that.
okay, wait,
Right?
hold
Not
on,
hard
Hinkle
to
is a
get
habitual
information.
grifter.
All right, one second.
Yeah.
How
The
how
question
how
was
someone
praised
like
as ethnic
Jackson Hinkle
cleansing.
be different to someone like Ben Shapiro and his takes and his coverage of the conflict?
Because I think that Ben Shapiro at least attempts broadly to be truthful, even if he is biased. That's different than Jackson Hinkle, who is both biased and doesn't even attempt to be truthful.
Can I draw a difference? Can I draw a difference? Wait, real quick. Just in terms of expanding what he's saying, I think the difference is Ben Shapiro, like, let's say there's a fight where 5 people bring guns on one side and 5 people bring guns on the other side. Ben Shapiro would report this as,
I'm going
wow,
insane,
5
guys.
really bad
I'm going
dudes
insane.
showed up with guns and they managed to get killed by like good guys or whatever. He would never report that the other 5 guys had guns. He would only report one side of it. Jackson Hinkle would claim that 4,000 brave men were surrounded by like 5 murderers. He would completely fabricate the story. That's the difference. Ben Shapiro doesn't seem to outright lie, but he selectively chooses facts so much that the stories he tells are essentially dishonest. But it's not usually with an outright lie.
So one is a little dishonest, the other is an outright liar. What Quibbles just said is, with Ben Shapiro,
but
he
Wayne
tries or
thinks
attempts
that.
to be honest.
though he's
wait,
obvious
hold on.
to-
Does anybody else on this
Wayne
panel agree with
I
that?
never said Ben Shapiro.
No,
To be
yeah,
clear,
it's-
I never said Ben Shapiro
What's up,
tends to be
Fabius?
honest. I said
Hey,
Ben
bud.
Shapiro usually won't fabricate facts.
What's up? I was watching
Jackson
with you
Hinkle
guys on
has
stream.
no obligation to be
Nice.
truthful in anything to do. He'll show you a video from 2014 from Syria and
Am I
claim that
really
it's
knowledgeable
IDF
about
soldiers killing
I
Palestinians. He
think
would
for
do something
Ben
like
Shapiro,
that.
it's like
Ben
a
Shapiro
dishonest
is
spelled
saying,
K-N-O-W.
like dishonest narrative.
Oh, there is an
Oh.
EA.
Like
No
you
good
you
reason.
will
He'll say
have
something
all
like
the
that, right.
facts
Huh.
Ben Shapiro-
along a
Ben Shapiro
narrative,
will
but the
Yeah.
story that
just
he will
fucking
tell
heads and provide
will
absolutely
be
no proof. But
misleading
Loader,
and
we're talking about,
dishonest,
Quibbles,
right?
let's take
Like
Ben
that would
Shapiro
probably be
is
the most
more
accurate
honest and
way.
wouldn't lie
Poor
than
Dylan
Jackson
struggling, he's
Hinkle.
down.
I'm not
No,
struggling.
What is Dylan
Ben Shapiro
doing?
does.
What is
Ben
he
Shapiro
doing?
does
That's not
lie
what I do.
sometimes. Jackson Hinkle lies all the time. That's all the difference is.
No, but
Yeah,
we're
and
talking
just
about,
one
we're
last
talking
note on
about
that.
this
And
conflict.
Jackson lies with a lot more impunity. Yeah.
Hinkle is also
He does
like,
a lot more
Oh
than
no!
a grifter.
It's the
Like,
YouTube
he went from
shit,
being like
right?
a Warren stan in 2018. He was an ML
Guys,
in
it's the
2020. He was
YouTube
a conservative
shit.
communist in 2022, and then he went on fucking Fox News and was promoting George Soros controls the world. There's a deep state run by the FBI with George Soros conspiracy theories.
The YouTube
the guy
shit
is like
is
either
getting him
insane or a
fucked
grifter. Like
up.
those are the two options. Yeah.
Like
I just came from his crash
there's a
stream.
fine line between, like,
He might be
Okay,
engaging.
Prime wanted to
Is a
insult
hard
Destiny.
as
I want to hear about
level.
that. You're
and
done with
MLs,
Jackson.
to be fair. That's not
Prime wanted to
a
insult
hard
Destiny.
grip. Like the far
What?
right fascist
Who was
is,
let
like,
in?
barely indistinguishable between the tanky. Let's be honest.
Wait, hold on,
Okay.
Slicker. Wait, hold on.
Oh
Quibbles,
my
listen.
god.
Nice to meet you guys. I just want to come in here
Oh,
and
no.
say that, you know, I've not been watching too much.
Is that Rami?
You know,
It's
I gotta
Slicker.
say something. I'm a threat. I am. I'm
Oh.
not trolling here. I'm not messing about. I feel like I'm a threat to society. And you know why? I don't know. I don't know you guys. Once I
Yo,
put you
King.
Oh
on.
my god.
Nice to meet
Shit.
you.
What's
You guys don't know.
happening?
People as you walk by.
Bro, shut up. You're white. You're a cracker. Shut up. No one's talking to you. But I want to jump in straight and jump in. I want to jump in and straight talk. I want to talk and say some things, right?
I love the slurs.
Number one, Destiny. Destiny, this is
It's
you.
okay. It's Slicker.
Look,
Okay.
look
Alright,
at
I
me,
understand.
baby.
It's
Now, let me
okay.
ask you a question, right? Why does everyone here think they are eligible to say Hamas is a terrorist group? Let me hear that shit. Let me hear that from you guys.
It's
Why
okay.
are we allowed
He's
to say
crazy
Hamas
enough.
is a terrorist group?
Yeah.
Because
He's
in their
crazy
original
enough.
charter, it seemed as though they were advocating for the destruction of Jewish people all across the world.
Okay, well, I actually did hear that. That's okay. I think that is wrong, but that's the only reason why they are but that's the only reason why they are labeled as a terrorist group because of what they said about the Jews.
That's
Bro,
not the only
listen
reason. They
to me.
also
No,
engaged.
listen to me, listen to me.
Okay, you don't want me to answer?
Oh
There are other
no.
reasons too, but yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, alright, okay. But listen to me.
Okay, never mind. All productivity got thrown out the window,
What
guys. Never mind.
We are not in their footsteps to say that they are a terrorist group.
Wait, never
Now, you know
mind.
why?
All
Listen to
productivity
this
just
as
got
well.
thrown out the window.
Destiny, you are a Palestinian. Your mom and your dad just died. Hamas comes up to you and says, "Oh, we're gonna go invade Iraq, Israel." What are you gonna say after your mom and dad just died from Israel attack?
I don't know. I guess I'd say, well, I'll go be a terrorist too. I mean, what do you want me to say?
Oh, get the fuck out of here with that. Oh my God.
Bro. You know what? Let me say something. Let me say something about this guy. Let me say something about this guy. Easily.
Hold on.
Easily.
Slicker. Wait,
Kinko, did they do this just to pump up the fucking viewers? They did this just to pump up the viewers, didn't they, Kinko? Kinko!
Probably.
No, but this part,
What
there's nothing.
context makes the trees
No,
and
hold on.
crying
Wait,
out
hold
for
on.
the Muslims to kill
Kinko!
Are you and K-Chop stream sniping each other?
First of all,
I'm
yeah, as well,
stream
that's
sniping
just
her.
created out of nowhere, out of the blue.
Why doesn't Fruit Traps just join?
Wouldn't have it. Yes, you fucking do, because you fucking act as though
Hard
you
carries
came
this
out of
shit.
nowhere just to fucking go out of.
Hamas.
Is this a Taliban guy? No, this is not the Taliban guy. It's fucking...
Keep going.
Get out of control.
Keep going.
Sulfur, it's Slicker.
But when somebody comes on
Sulfur,
here and
it's
tries to
Slicker.
act like fucking terrorists aren't pieces
It's
of
fucking
shit,
Slicker.
it's fucking stupid. And you
No, where's your wait.
None of them.
Where is your energy for America, for Europe, for even Israel? Where's your energy for saying that? We know what the whole world. Listen, you white shit. Don't talk to me like
Slicker
that.
is the guy who scammed the cancer patient and has, you know...
Your energy,
Yeah.
all the energy. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. If you're gonna talk about Hamas,
to
first
my
everyone
VC.
in this world, should start talking about what America and what Europe has done to the everyone. What kind of
Shut
white
the
people
fuck
died in
up,
this world,
Slicker.
and this woman that's died.
Wait,
They don't want to show like
Kinko, I would love to, but I want to solo commentate. I want to solo commentate though.
They don't give a
On
shit.
this
A
one
lot of the
use that.
people
They
who
use
died
that.
in southern Israel were like Thai migrant workers. A lot of them were
As an
Arab.
Iraqi,
Maybe
as
it's
an
Even worse than
Jack
Taliban
should really be
dweebs.
on this
As an
panel.
Iraqi that's seen the dirty,
Oh, is that-
scummy Americans invaded,
Jack should
and
be on
even
this panel.
Ukraine,
Yes.
even
Me
Ukraine wanted
and Jack
to
should
jump
be on
in
this panel.
and invade Iraq.
Slicker, when did you live in
because
Iraq
of-
again? When did you live in Iraq again? Slicker, for how long?
Yeah, you guys are racist.
Listen.
We get it,
Well,
you're
because
racist.
white
You guys are
white
racist.
people are dying
hate
and
white
getting invaded, we should tear for them. Go suck my dick. I don't give a fuck about
Sulfur,
you.
I did so
Fuck
much
you. And if you
research
think
for
Hamas is a
nothing.
terrorist,
I did
then
so
look
much
at yourself in the
research.
mirror because you're living in a terrorist-ass country, bitch. West side.
After we're done with
West
the
side.
performative libertarian versus whatever this is, can we get back to something?
All right.
Yikes.
And this, first of all, and this homeless, and this guy, this electrocuted looking ass motherfucker saying Jackson Hinkle is a fucking whatever you said.
He's an asshole. He literally
What happened? Like too many people or something? I was told I had a very likely chance of getting onto the panel, but I literally hit I hit the low chance of not getting onto the panel. So
No,
there you
you
go.
guys say that shit. No, you guys say that shit. You don't see that shit.
So now I'm sad because there was so many chances I could have chimed
helping
in.
anyone in this world other
That
than
chimed
sitting
in that
here
nobody
begging
else
for
has
money
said.
like that's
Alright.
really kind of promising.
Can you point to which causes actually people has promoted? Can you point to one?
Okay, well,
Good
alright.
historical
listen,
shit.
listen, listen. At the end of the day, the charity is.
Stop
because even Loner Box didn't chime in with some stuff that I knew.
Besides posting on Twitter, name one concrete thing.
Asking for $3
Bro,
donation.
the charity is of him exposing the world and exposing his own government. Bro, he could die from this retard.
He's not gonna die from anything. Come on, the victim complex.
Bro,
Come on.
says the guy that's a Discord mod. Don't talk. I'm not talking to you. But I'm saying it to this.
I think
fucker
Kelly
right.
is the reason you didn't get on. Why?
That he could die from this. It could be a threat. I'm telling you, it's dangerous. None of
He's
you
not gonna
Americans would do
die.
that.
He's
All you
not gonna
guys
die.
are bragging on Biden's.
It's a charity
to
to
Oh,
the
he's
world.
being
Yeah.
shit in
Yeah.
class.
So
Why?
So true.
Enough. Stop.
Okay, guys just got wrecked.
Enough. All I'm gonna
Why,
say.
Kelly?
Why were you nodding along with much of what he was saying? I know you don't
Why,
agree with him,
Kelly?
so why were you nodding?
Kelly?
What I'm going
I thought
to
we
say
were
is
on good
this.
terms now.
When somebody labels Hamas as terrorists but failed to recognize the IDF and what they've done,
She don't like
in
you?
Gaza,
That's
what
it?
they've done to Palestinians, and refuses to acknowledge the war crimes that were committed by the Israelis. You know, I can't really take you that serious. If you were to look at the IDF and think there's no, you know what?
Just as a
You know
quick
what?
thing.
Justify.
Wait, hold on, wait.
Come
Just as a
on,
quick thing.
that's
Just as a quick thing.
unfair.
Q. The reason why
I feel
people
like
have an
that's
issue with
unfair.
this
Kinkle.
is here's what it looks like when you go to 95% of Western people and you say, hey, here is some irrefutable evidence that the IDF was shooting civilians at long range. They killed civilians for no reason.
Kinkle,
You know what
Kinkle.
95% of people say? They go, that's really fucking horrible.
Kinkle,
Those
that's
soldiers should be punished.
ridiculous.
Here's what happens when you show videos of, you know, like murdered, broken, you
ridiculous.
know, German girl bodies being thrown around trucks, being spit on, okay, by Gaza City inhabitants, and you say, hey, do you think this is bad? This is what you guys do. Wait, you gotta understand. Well, there's an occupation, and sometimes, you know, the selling people might be. It's not always bad. You gotta. There's a context behind everything. There's a context behind. That's the issue. That's why people have an issue. That's why people have an issue with the.
Let me know when it's possible for me
Okay,
to
you
get
can't keep
on.
talking about it. That's the issue. That's the reality. That's the reality. Okay.
Who left?
That's the reality. That's the issue. That is the issue.
No, hold on.
I think you two people were kicked.
Slicker left, and
Fabian, stop. You act as though the fucking people that support Israel don't say, do you condemn Hamas?
Ellen
The
Burns?
first fucking thing
Yeah.
you point
What
out
the
all the
fuck?
fucked up shit that the IDF did. The first thing they say is, do you condemn Hamas?
By the way,
people ask that
how's
because it's a
Dylan Burns'
list. That's why
channel?
people
There
ask
have
it.
been Jewish
Is he still
terrorists in the West Bank.
demonetized?
If you ask me to condemn them,
I don't
would
know.
immediately condemn
I don't
them and
think
we would move
so.
forward. It would take
I
literally
think you still got the
15 seconds
problem.
to that.
YouTube's just fucking retarded.
All over Twitter, all of these lefties that were like, "Hey, white people, do you condemn this mass shooter?" And we're like,
Yeah, duh.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, we do. And then we move forward.
So let me
I'll
speak to
say-
that. That's what we
I'm
said.
gonna do video right now with Ray and Tom. Yeah, sure. I'll be up. Yeah,
Shut
sure.
the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Don't speak over me, you fucking cunts. When you act, right? When you fucking act as though all Palestinians
I'm not really doing
support
anything
Hamas,
afterwards.
all Palestinians are extremists, but you turn a blind eye. Shut the
No
fuck
one
up when I'm
says
talking, nigga. Let me finish what I'm saying. When you look at the Israeli government, hold on. No. Well, you just acted as though all Palestinians and all people that support Palestinians.
Why is Quran
Nobody
so
said that.
sensitive?
Q. You're fighting. You're boxing shadows right now. You're fighting ghosts.
That's what you just did because you're like, yo, when it comes to us, we condemn all people that fucking do extremist acts. We condemn them, but you guys say, what about Israel? These
Why are
people
you
are fucking
lying
oppressed.
about me and
These people
Destiny?
get to do this. You literally just said this. You can't gaslight me, you stupid fuck.
Q,
Number one. Number
Q,
two.
Q, this is hold on. This is the difference. When America, when America, yeah, you will. Okay, listen. When America does stuff like Abu Ghraib, people are ashamed. They hide it. When it comes out, not only is the entire world looking at the United States, which is crazy, the support in the United States for foreign wars falls off a cliff. Okay, when Hamas abducts, burns, beheads, murders, and rapes people and brings back their villages, the Palestinians there cheer. It's a big difference.
Let me ask you about this.
That's not fair, Steven. I don't like that.
Yeah.
No,
You think
Okay, you don't
Quran
like it. It's
supposed to be
totally
pissed
fair.
off
We
if
saw
they
the
called him
videos.
QAnon?
Okay.
No, it's not fair.
True and
It's not fair.
gay.
People outside here.
No,
It's people inside here. Where
No,
the
Steven, it's not fair. It's
See,
not
now
fair.
it's
It's not
fucking-
fair, and the reason it's not fair.
Stop.
I don't know what's going on
It's not
anymore.
okay, go
You
for it.
could make
Yeah, go for
stop.
it.
You could also see the videos of the Israelis celebrating the deaths of innocent civilians in Gaza. You could see those videos too, but you don't talk about that.
I'm sorry,
You
wait,
don't
which
talk
ones?
about the
Wait,
fact
wait, which
that the Israeli
videos?
government is leaning extremely far
Karantos,
right.
which
and a lot of
videos?
these fucking
Karantos.
people are pro fucking
You should definitely just hand reserve.
Yeah, there
Okay.
you go.
How am I making shit up? Wait, how am I making
Okay.
shit up?
I'm in there.
Did you
Where,
see the
where,
fucking-
where are
Did
the
you see the
Oh,
head of
I'm
security
sorry,
in
keep
Israel fucking arming settlers in the West Bank? Or did I make that up?
I'm
What was
asking
his
you,
name?
where are the
Did I
video?
just make that up?
Oh, okay. So.
Did I make that
Karantos,
up?
can I
No,
just,
no,
Karantos,
no, let me- no, no,
Q,
wait, let me ask Destiny. Why you dodging it, pussy?
Q.
I
wanna- okay,
He's
I've heard-
dodging it. He's
Q,
dodging it. Wait, you know, I'm not.
Q.
Hold on, Loner. I'm not
I
letting
am
it go.
in
I'm
reserve for
being
the
authentic
third
about
time
this.
today.
Fuck this.
Okay.
Destiny, did you
In
not
the
see
third
video
time today.
of the head of fucking defense, Israeli defense, Ben Giver, arming settlers in the West Bank to forcibly take fucking land from Palestinians? Did you not see that? Yes or no?
I haven't seen it, but the videos that you're talking about, they're not the same thing as what I was just talking about.
What were you talking about?
I was talking about murdered civilians being trucked back to towns where everybody's cheering and celebrating and then spitting on the body of murdered civilians. If people in Israel are doing that, maybe if they are, man, that would be really fucked up. You know what, if I saw it, I'd say, that is insanely fucked up. I would super condemn that video. Do videos like that exist?
Are we claiming that the situation of the people in Gaza is equivalent to the situation of the people in Israel? Yes or no? I just
There
wanna
you
know.
go. No, we're not. I never claimed that.
It's a valid point. It's a valid point. No, he's the one who makes the equivalence between the actors.
But wait, no, Q. Then we agree, Q. Then we agree. The Palestinian people celebrate the murder of civilians. They love it, but they've got a good reason to. That's fine. That's your argument. I can hear that. Okay.
Israelis celebrate the murder of innocent Palestinians too, but you ignore that fact. You ignore the fact that they select extreme far-right people into their government, people that are pro-exterminating Palestinians, but you ignore that as well.
If Israel's so pro-exterminating, wait, Palestinians, why don't you just kill a whole bunch of fucking people? Why are the death tolls so fucking shitty on the Israeli side?
Wait, hold on. Weren't you the same person that was questioning the death tolls anyway? You're like, wait, 3,000, 4,000? Oh, no way then.
I never said I was questioning death tolls. I said I was questioning all of them are called civilians. But I'm asking you, let's say Israel just wants to murder Palestinians. What
Okay.
Oh, you don't have an answer for that? Oh, gotcha.
No. Wait, you have an answer to my question then? So, when we see 4,000 deaths, are you saying they're all Hamas? Are you saying they're majority Hamas?
I'm not saying they're all Hamas. I never said they're all Hamas, but I said definitely not all civilians. Okay.
Okay, then give me a split, in your opinion, right? In your educated opinion, you know so much about this conflict, right? How much would you say is civilian versus terrorist?
It's an ongoing conflict. Just to give a context number, on the named and identified bodies by the Ministry of Health and Welfare, only 1 in 5,
Hamas.
20%.
Wait, hold up.
Are military.
Yeah.
Military.
Hamas.
Hey,
You're
let me
supposed
finish.
to kick our
keep. I want to hear from the other people,
Men,
not
okay.
Yeah. Kick or keep with no kick.
1 in 5. The overwhelming majority
Fucking left.
are not even possible soldiers.
Wait, hold up. That exact same source that you just cited lies about the hospital bombing, right?
I don't know. I don't.
The
There's like a
exact
there's a timeline reconstruction that relates to the translation of the doctor. I don't fucking know. But what I would point
lied.
to,
That was
if
the
you're interested,
largest conversation that happened. This entire time, in terms of the response of Israel, the largest thing that they pointed to was that specific bombing, and they were lying about it.
Well, that is true.
And now
I
you're
would be
using it as a
careful.
source?
Wait. While that is true, pretty sure Zelensky himself co-signed that there were Russian missiles that had launched that had landed inside, what, was it Russian Ukrainian territory? And then we found out later on that they were actually Ukrainian missiles that fell short of a Russian target and bombed their own stuff in Ukrainian territory. And I'm pretty sure Zelensky himself co-signed that message and went public. So I'm not trying to say that we should believe Hamas, because I generally don't, but I'm saying they are the only ones that can reliably report deaths in Gaza. Just because they do tell some lies doesn't mean every single thing they say will be a lie. Just saying.
And the additional data I would just give is that in previous conflicts, the numbers they've given aligned almost entirely with the UN's numbers.
Amnesty International and also the IDF will ultimately come out with numbers that are generally considered serious and real. That is not something they've done yet, and the reason they've done it yet is because it is not something that is
and then be like, the IDF is going to be pretty.
The IDF ones consistently, the IDF numbers, the IDF numbers consistently, 1, they wait longer, and 2, they line up broadly with UN numbers. So yeah, I think that they are significantly
so does the Ministry of Health
than Hamas.
That's defense for the IDF numbers, and the Hamas numbers are good. So moving back to the Hamas numbers, only 1 in 5 are military-aged men.
The IDF numbers
of the identified dead, 1 in 5 are all military-aged men. That's like if you want to throw out.
You want to throw out the IDF only use Amnesty International, that's fine. We can only use Amnesty International. They haven't come out with numbers yet because they don't know yet, because it's an ongoing conversation, and this whole thing, everyone here condemning the people for jumping the gun and saying bullshit, this is the reason.
There's a couple of issues. One, way off topic, but fuck it.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
When you talk about death tolls, when you talk about numbers, when you talk about these things, it is devoid of any context, it is a very kind of sneaky way of talking about this situation. Because I agree that there are absolutely better ways for Israel to fight in terms of conducting warfare against Hamas. But you are talking about a group of people who, so for this recent refugee bombing, right? As far as we know, right, Israel could be lying. The former deputy prime minister, when he came out to speak about the recent refugee camp bombing, could be totally lying. But according to Israel, they made telephone calls for 2 weeks straight. And then they knocked on the roof a half hour before the bombing, right? And they were telling people over and over and over again, you have to leave this area. There is a facility at the bottom of this building that is Hamas, and we are targeting a specific commander. Leave the building. They give them 2 weeks, and then they knock on the roof a half hour later, right? And then they
Which,
blow up
by
the
the way,
building.
I think Loner says that roof knocking is not good, but
according to Hamas,
whatever.
over 50 people, last I checked right before the stream, so I mean the death toll could have increased. Over 50 people are dead so that Israel could kill a couple of Hamas people and a specific commander. And so when you talk about like, well, look at the death numbers, and you don't talk about the fact that Hamas says it's psychological warfare. Israel's
Does
worried,
Lonerbox have
you have to
ADHD?
stay here. You have to be our human shield.
I'm subbed. How do I become a member? There should be a dollar sign at the bottom, but I don't know. I think so.
And Israel does everything
Wow, I drank
they
Leech
can
9. Thanks
to
for the 10 gifted
evacuate
subs.
these people, and then 50, 60 people die.
Dylan had bad internet.
Oh.
Yeah,
Damn.
he didn't quit.
I'll probably let him back on.
Yeah, he just said Ukrainian internet in chat. So.
So just sticking on the death numbers, right? Like
back in the Modern
even
Warfare
rate
2
of
days,
civilian
we would
casualties
call
by,
it
like,
Kmart
Hamas's
connection.
incursion so far from the ID'd bodies was 1/3 military. Israel's bombing is so
back
fucking bad
like
at
many
targeting
years ago
militants,
when
that's
I'd
at
be playing
best
Call of Duty,
1/5.
whenever
So
someone had
Israel's
poor
performing
connection,
worse on a kill
we'd
per
say they
kilometer
have
than
Kmart
fucking
connection.
Hamas.
Wait, can we hold on? Wait. I've never. Wait. I just want. Wait. Hold on. I want to hear this. I want to hear the answers. I've never, ever heard somebody actually respond to this. I'm actually genuinely super curious. Okay. Everyone in here agrees that Hamas intentionally operates outside of civilian infrastructure, right? Is Israel just never supposed to counterattack Hamas if they constantly and consistently operate out of civilian infrastructure? Or what is the solution there?
The solution is to send in soldiers.
I'm curious.
I think Loner's giving a better
Why
one.
is every pro-Israeli person talking? Let Fabian shut the fuck up. Let us deal talk. Yeah, let us deal talk. I want to hear the answers. I'm super curious about the answer to that.
I want to give it to Loner because he's given a better one before. But
okay, Loner can answer too. I don't care either one. Yeah, I want to hear the response. I'm curious what the response is.
Yeah, what was my answer to that before?
I could have sworn.
Dude,
we had this
Lonerbox
debate
has
like a week
ADHD.
ago. Whatever.
Dude, no, I know why Lonerbox is not talking in it loud. Like Lonerbox has ADHD. Lonerbox just is tuning out.
International law as well. If
he's
civilian
tuning out.
infrastructure is being
Everything in
used
this
for
is
military
white noise.
purposes, it ceases to be civilian infrastructure in the eyes of international law. So, like, if there's like rocket,
I do
to
the same
that
thing
Hamas
when
will
I'm
like
in
literally
panel
commandeer
sometimes.
people's
I like
houses
tune out. I just like
to use their
completely
rooftops as military bases, like
zone out
temporarily.
on accident.
So,
okay. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, I don't have an answer for what Israel should do.
Soldiers, which they might not be willing to risk it. Yes, they're not willing to risk it, which is why they want to bomb. They value Israeli soldiers more than Palestinian lives lost, which is why they bomb it. Yes, that's correct.
I have a couple of questions for you because
which is why they use the knock bombs first, and then they bomb the fucking buildings. There you go.
By the way, this is sort of breaking news.
No.
Israel shot down ballistic missiles fired from Yemen that was targeted towards Israel.
We've seen examples of that, yeah.
Yes.
Really?
Lonerbox is shy.
Yeah, so Israel. I'm sorry.
Send me the article.
Yemen might be.
It's a dictatorship.
It's
being
NBC
commandeered.
News.
Yeah, the house is being commandeered.
Post it in my VC chat. I'm gonna post it in Gen chat for something for them to talk about.
Hold on. Let's build up on this, right? So they're being held there by force, by Hamas.
There it is. U.S. official says Israel shot down ballistic missile fired from Yemen. When I saw this, I was surprised because that missile had to fly over Saudi Arabia, and I was like, Saudi Arabia would allow that to happen.
Lonerbox has the knowledge, but he doesn't have the fame.
Apparently, they allowed it to happen. Saudi Arabia, and it flew over them. It flew over Jordan, and then hit Israel. Well, and then got shot down by
Q, we all agree. Hold on, wait, real quick. Okay, hold on. Okay, there's a big waste of time. All of us agree that using civilian shields is bad. We all agree with that. And all of us agree that killing civilians sucks. Okay, right? But then the question is, and I'll pose it to you, Q or STL or Lonerbox, what is the alternative?
The alternative is getting to your targets in a way that doesn't disproportionately kill
Special
or harm
forces.
innocent civilians.
So do you think?
Wait,
wait. Okay, I just want to build on this. I want to build on this. Wait, quick. I just want to build on
Just say an actual
Wait, hold on. No, it's not space. I just want to build. I just want to build on
That's what you mean, right?
So Q, then are you co-signing an IDF ground invasion to Gaza?
Yeah.
And do you think that would result? And do you think that would result in less civilian deaths? Than what's happening now?
Oh my God! I wish I was on the panel. I wish I was on the panel.
Civilian
Eris just joined the server.
If you do it even in that,
I'll be right back. Somebody tell me if he answers this question, okay?
Wait, I'm answering you, fucking retard. Okay.
Eris, you said?
He's trying to put fucking XTC on me. It's not gonna fucking work, right? Anyway,
Live.
The answer is simple.
No, the kicker keeps server.
Either way, people are gonna fucking die.
Oh, okay.
Shut the
I don't know
fuck
what
up,
Eris is.
bro. Fuck
Aristocracy.
You fucking idiot.
Oh, okay.
Let's wait for the retard to put on the headset.
Okay, did he
I only found out about her
Alright,
recently because
debuff hasn't.
never mind. I don't look too much into it.
What I was saying is
It was regarding
regardless,
someone you
wouldn't
don't like
escape
anymore.
civilian casualties or civilian deaths.
Guys,
But
it's
one would
over.
be
It's
extremely
over.
less compared to the
Aristocracy
other.
just joined.
You think a ground invasion would be less civilian deaths?
I wouldn't say a fucking ground invasion where you send hundreds of thousands of fucking soldiers.
Then what's the alternative?
I say send specialized.
Like a raid?
And get after your fucking target.
You send
Right, that's what I
20 good men from Game of Thrones into Gaza City and try to
raid?
fight that way?
Lonerbox, you
Instead
can't
of
do a
fucking
raid.
dropping bombs and killing fucking bits of
Aristocracy
I'd
just
rather
joined,
do that.
but I've
Bro,
still
the
been
point is
told
that they're all
to stay in
You're
the
sending them
room.
out.
We need to.
What is
Lonerbox said some
happening?
cringe, right?
Right
I need to insult Lonerbox for his cringe. Lonerbox said some cringe.
Real quick.
You said that
What did I
they should
say?
just do you said that they should just do individual individual attacks on individual locations, right?
Okay, I don't know if you're like autistic, but I said it like it was a question. I asked a raid because it sounded like it was
Oh,
a
I'm sorry.
karate
I'm sorry.
thing.
No,
let
I'm
me
sorry.
let
I
me
apologize.
let me clarify a few things, right? So
It's all right.
So the problem is that and Q, and I'm not even trying to be insulting to you. I promise, right? Like a lot of people have like watched. They haven't been in the military, or they don't have a lot of military knowledge, right? Or know a lot of people in it. So a lot of times people's views of the military is made by Hollywood, and or like successful raids by the Navy SEALs. So the first thing we need to understand is that like America's Navy SEALs, Green Berets, Marine Force Recon, like these people are some of the are very small, efficient groups, and they're some of the best in the entire world. And even though IDF has its own SF, they don't
Oh, this
fucking
guy's
compare.
back.
Now Israeli intelligence is okay, right? Israeli intelligence is pretty good compared to. Here's the problem. There's really only two ways where you raid specific areas. So option A is something like Mogadishu, and we saw how successful it was, which is not
Oh fuck.
right.
Yeah, we killed you niggas.
You know, trying to do multiple raids in areas.
Yeah, bitch.
IDF is
Thank you.
gonna lose everybody. Have a lot of unsuccessful.
You said
missions,
gotcha,
and they're not
bitch, and
actually
then I
able
said thank
to
you.
get their targets. Right? So they're just going to throw IDF soldiers to the wolves and get killed. And they have to go in a very large force in order to do that, because you're talking about a very densely populated area, right? You can't just. It's not like
Osama
small
bin Laden in
village somewhere.
Pakistan or something, where you're like taking people by helicopter in the middle of fucking nowhere, and yeah.
Right, you can't do that like the Navy SEALs did. So
all
there's
right.
option two,
Wait.
That option two, which is that.
Give me a solution. Then give me a different way.
The solution is targeted strikes on buildings that you believe Hamas is operating out of. And if civilians aren't allowed to leave, then that's on Hamas. That's exactly what Israel's doing. I don't know. There's a better way right now.
I've stated that what the type of warfare that Israel commits, I think, is likely the most ethical form of warfare that we see in the world. And yet there is something that I think Israel absolutely should be taken to task for, and the United States should be using whatever soft power it has, especially in the UN, to try and force this, which is that forcing people to southern Gaza, right, where they have limited resources, limited water, and then still and then Hamas moving installations into southern Gaza, they're ping-ponging refugees into areas to be bombed within Gaza.
Fabian,
And
the reason
it is completely unethical. They need to be
Let him
setting up blue zones.
The reason
they need to be
the
setting
reason
up
that
blue
they're
no, listen. No, I'm going to finish this. They need to they need to be set up. No, I'm going to finish this. They need to be setting up blue zones within Gaza or refugee camps outside of Gaza if they're going to go on an intensive bombing campaign followed by a ground invasion.
Thank God
so that
Eris is
refugees,
in.
at the very least, it may not be the best place, it may not be the
Oh,
greatest
but
place. At the very least, they have a means of not getting fucking bombed after they get cleared, because it has been true before the October 7th attack. Roughly 85% of people that were in this quote-unquote open air prison were able to get passes to leave Gaza to go to work.
Fabian, can I just ask a quick question? Can I just ask a quick wait, real quick? Can I ask a quick question on this? Wait, just a super ultra quick question about this. If Hamas won't let people leave buildings that are getting bombed, why do you think they would let people leave to go to refugee camps?
So it's not a matter of whether or not Hamas will let people leave. I understand what you're saying, and that there will be people that will ideologically stay there, and there will be people that are forced to stay there. But you cannot take the moral high ground when you are ping-ponging people within this
Oh my God.
area.
Aristocracy is actually in. What the fuck?
When you say, look, we have a place for them to go to.
Holy
it's
shit.
Not our fault that
Fabian, hold on, Loner. Let Quibbs talk. Let's go ahead.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Today's the 31st. Okay, today's the 31st. The shooting happened, the attack happened on the 7th, right? And so it has been a very long time. Everyone expected for Israel to invade by now, but they haven't invaded by now. And the reason for that is because they've given a long
the US said,
time
please don't fucking
for
invade.
people. Okay, the reason is that they've given a long time for people to move south so that they can have an invasion specifically of the north. Why do they have to attack the north specifically? Because that's where the tunnels are. There are 300 plus miles of tunnels in Gaza, and so given that, they're not going to be able to have an attack against Hamas. They're not going to be able to ever probably destroy all of Hamas. When we were talking about the Taliban,
you're not answering what I said, though. You're not answering the critique that they should be setting up some form of blue zone or refugee camp.
No, but the point is, the
point is,
the other thing you're
oh God.
Okay, part of the reason they haven't invaded yet is because there's 100,000 soldiers at their northern border, and Hezbollah and Lebanon are fucking eyeing them real close.
Okay, you can't just make a refugee camp in somewhere like Egypt, which won't take them, right? And the reason that Egypt won't take them is because they're concerned. Okay, I understand. I'm sorry?
I'm sorry, not Sinai Peninsula, the desert.
Sinai is Egypt.
It's Egypt.
You mean negative?
I know, I said,
I don't know
know, and then I said, sorry, immediately corrected myself. I'm saying immediately to the east of them is desert. You can set up areas.
Okay, if you put them in Egypt, there's going to be an expectation they can stay in Egypt.
I'm not saying put them in
I'm trying to explain. You are annoyed at me for not
trying to get in multiple times. Yeah, this is terrible.
Okay.
This is actually terrible. I am actually suffering right now. I am actually suffering.
To stay in Egypt after this was all over. You can't put them into Israel proper because there would be an expectation to be permitted to stay in Israel proper after this is all over. And so therefore they have to stay inside of Israel proper.
Well,
inside of
Dylan
Gaza
Burns
proper.
is back.
And so that means that they're either going to be in the northern of Gaza, which is where the majority of them live currently, or they're going to be forced south, which is a horrible situation, obviously. But that's why they've been given nearly a month to do so.
That's insane. There are plenty of places nearby that you can.
Oh shit, they got Dylan?
Yeah, they got him back. His internet came back.
Would it be one of the most insane fucking tasks that you could ever take on? Absolutely, right? But Israel is asking.
Dylan needs to bring back his show.
Billions of dollars. People are going to give them hundreds of billions of dollars.
I think the reason he isn't is because of
it would be, and I guarantee you,
YouTube monetization.
The U.S. and a lot of other places.
Really?
Yeah, they fucked him over.
Would be willing to give a lot more.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Yeah, they said it was harassment, which is just not true.
And was removing the blockade.
What the fuck?
That's why they're trying to allow people to go south.
And they're just really being a pain in the ass with the appeal stuff.
Because then they will stay in Israel.
They're just like really bullshit.
I understand they're not. Okay,
hold on. Wait. Hold on. Wait. I hear this. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Also, wait. This keeps getting said. They're bombing this. They're not mass bombing the south. That's just not true. I don't know where this. I don't know. There were one or two operations that people are pretending like all of the south. I know we saw the Vox video where the picture picture was the bombs, but the South is not being mass bombed. The reason why the people in Gaza aren't safe is because Hamas doesn't want them to be safe. Okay, full stop. That's it.
Again,
Isn't Vox lying about shit?
Probably it's Vox.
Let Israel genocide the entirety of the fucking Palestinians in Gaza.
I don't trust Vox. I don't trust Vice. Most of those are just kind of like lefty.
If Israel was trying to genocide all of those people, they'd be killing way more than 150 a day.
The funny thing is about Vice, they used to be owned by Fox News.
Really?
Yep, they were bought by Rupert Murdoch.
Interesting.
The entire occupation. Sorry, excuse me. The entire occupation is not genocide in that, like, we got to get the number down to 0 right now. This is an ethnic cleansing campaign. It's
Leave quietly. Why would I leave quietly?
People.
Well, they've only displaced 1.4 million people.
Yeah, like
when the Rohingya genocide happened, it was only 1.7
majority of the
million.
Palestinians are living
Maybe
out.
300,000 more, and then we can call it G.
There are
Estiel,
millions
that's
of
not true.
Palestinians.
Wait, hold up. Estiel, you just lied. That's not true. No, that's not true.
Wait, stop, Quibble.
There being 1.4 million.
Did I not say stop? Or was I speaking Chinese? Meow ma. Was I speaking Chinese? Mandarin? The fuck? Prime, go ahead.
I had a hard time hearing you with the face type.
It's called a mask. Something.
Meow ma. Was I speaking Chinese?
Yeah, so there are millions of Palestinians living outside within the Palestinian diaspora, right? In neighboring countries. This is an ethnic cleansing campaign. The point is to, at least like for the West Bank, to make it so miserable that you leave.
I feel like
to
feel
say
like
that,
Prime
well,
Kai
Israel
has
just
been
hasn't
living
wiped them all out by
in the
now, so I guess it's not
in the same room
genocide.
for
And
like
so what does that mean
years.
morally?
It's been
still
so
an ethnic
long.
cleansing
Wait, has
campaign.
Eris
Let's not
said
make
a
any
single
mistakes
word
about it.
Not yet.
So far?
And
She's getting her shit set up.
Has Eris said a single word so
We're
far?
getting reports of like bombs saying this out, like families doing what Israel during Israel told them to do, leaving the north and still being hit down in the quote unquote safe
Not
areas.
yet.
Now, as far as I know, what Destiny said is correct in that like they're not mass bombing the south, right? It's not the same, but people are dying there when they were told this is the safe area.
She's
Well, I
probably
was gonna
setting
say
up
that's
her
probably why
VTuber.
there's a problem with blue zones. Is that historically, even since the 50s, when they were going after like Fedayeen fighters, it was in refugee camps because that's where they operate from. So that's why the blue zone is not necessarily. You can't really have a blue zone because they're that's one problem.
Look, there's no perfect solution there. Like I absolutely agree that the Palestinian Fedayeen, was operating out of refugee camps, as well as in Jordan and almost, fucking.
The Avengers.
Bro, I'm ready for her to go full schizo.
And displaced a million Christians,
The
But
Avengers.
like, I do agree that there's no perfect solution here. But the thing is that I don't think you can.
It's time for the Avengers.
As Israel, when you have people
Are you recording?
Like I agree that I think there's also
Oh shit, I forgot. The same button I use is the same button I use to record. Yep, you just heard all that, didn't you?
Yeah, good.
Hey, I'm actually doing what you told me to do.
So okay, so it's what was it? The Avengers, and then you go no, not
exactly. Wait, hold up.
not the Avengers, and make the second one sort of dragged out.
We can LARP, but I'm curious what you're actually.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm embarrassed or
what do you think that they
thankful for
have to do in order to have the moral high ground?
No, thankful. You should be thankful.
All right. I'll be thankful.
Because
Okay.
now I can fix you. All right.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Running them means that only a limited number of people are able to achieve them, right? At least trying to have areas that are guaranteed safe, and then asking the rest of the world for help specifically with those blue zones, right?
Okay.
Gives
So
them
when
we
there
still
are
talking about
those blue zones-
settlements?
the best we can.
Okay. When from those blue zones,
I gotta leave in
Hamas
like
starts shooting
5-10 minutes.
rockets at innocent civilians in Tel Aviv.
I gotta leave in like an hour.
That's what I'm saying. In
I'm
those
so
blue
clueless
zones,
where we're at
now they're
tonight.
blue
You're
zones,
gonna
now
be
you are no
sleeping?
longer allowed.
Yeah, gotta go to that
Israel's
sleep
no longer
study.
allowed to attack those locations.
Odd.
When all of the
Yeah,
people
I didn't take my
at the
Vyvanse today
highest
so that I
level
could
of Hamas
fucking pass out.
start shooting rockets from those locations.
Because I've only been up for like 3 hours and I have to go to bed in like a couple hours.
What you've done now is like
Probably an hour.
we're moving to like
No, answer the question.
You're just gonna somebody say sleeping until next morning.
Answer the question.
Yep, and I'm probably
You're
gonna
saying
be
this is the how
at
you
this
get to
place
the
all
moral
day
high ground.
tomorrow.
I'm trying to understand.
You know what really
the moral
sucks
idea
is like
here,
this
right?
sleep study place. They're supposed to be measuring your sleep, but like if you have a backward sleep schedule, you can still only come in at like 8 at night and get kicked out at 6 in the morning. So it's like why?
That isn't forcing them into a country that doesn't want them. Forcing them into
so
a
much.
region
Yeah,
that
I don't
they
even know what the
have
subject
no
is.
control,
I wish they would display the
et cetera, et
subject
cetera.
on like
It
the
is
top
an
left.
attempt to the best of their ability to give them safe harbor.
I think the issue is this is a real quick, just as a real quick. One of the big real quick. One of the reasons why people, Israel included, and other countries, believe it or not, sometimes try their best to follow international laws. When the conflict happens, they want to be able to appeal to people like the United Nations or the international community, broadly speaking, for support. So we can say that Israel attempting to set up blue zones might be a show of good faith for them in order to garner more support from the international community. However, if it is the case that Israel believes that Hamas intentionally operates with civilian infrastructure, right now, Israel can bomb Gaza and say, well, look, Hamas is there. If Israel sets up a blue zone, and then Hamas begins operating out of it, and now Israeli soldiers are going into blue zones to kill people, they might destroy all goodwill they have in the international community, because now they're seen as attacking refugee camps that they themselves decide are safe. That could be an issue that Israel would have with setting up specific blue zones outside of Gaza City for civilians that are intermingled with the terrorist groups so much that you can't tell the difference.
Eris is taking forever to set up a VTuber.
So the question then becomes of like, this is a question of tactics in the future, like under the assumption or like the what if of what if blue zones.
No, it's what you should do.
This could get worse for the nation state of Israel. I don't give a fuck. What I'm saying is that when you're bombing people and you don't give them anywhere that is like absolutely safe to be.
Okay,
right?
so you're asking
And
for branding.
I understand that. I understand that Israel is doing more than most countries would do in terms of warfare to be ethical, but there are still lines that they can that not only can they do better, they absolutely should.
I think
not
maybe
just more, or not just more, right?
Uh-oh.
It's a completely unreasonable standard in comparison with the way other countries are treated. Absolutely. And I don't know if it's I don't know if it's because there's like this weird symbolic idea of what Israel represents in the Middle East. I don't know what the reason for it is, right? But it's just very
There's a massive difference between unprompted like terrorist attacks on one country and then other countries where they actually have like a very long history in there. Like extending borders.
What do you mean unprompted? Wait, do you not think that the United States made a bunch of decisions that are directly led?
Dude, hearing Eris's voice again after so fucking long is crazy to me. What a
maybe,
fucking
I
throwback,
wouldn't
dude.
say it's the same.
Holy fuck.
I wouldn't say it's the same at all. We're talking about
I'm pretty sure this is the first one.
violent attacks are actually like
I actually,
violent attacks.
I agree. What is
Yeah, but I think in both cases it was pretty clear that the response, that the military response didn't make the world safe. We were in the post 9/11 military response world. They'll say report.
Oh no, Eris's brain is gone. This is punished Eris. Punished Eris.
Okay, one at a time.
Okay, this is not multiple forever war. Okay, this is not multiple forever.
Guys, this is punished Eris. Oh no, it's punished Eris.
Wait.
It's over.
Fabian, go, and then Quibbles go after.
Why do I have?
Okay, be very quick.
Somebody tagging my
To say
server?
that the military response made us less safe, right, is a condemnation of the specific actions that occurred in the Iraq and Afghanistan war, of which you will find very little argument from me. But to say it as, but when you say it this way, we all know what you're actually saying, which is that any military
President
response
Sunday,
makes
we
us
don't.
less safe, as you have said in the past on other panels with me, and your only response is to have no military action against Hamas, which is absurd, right? So I agree with you that the Iraq invasion was
that's
stupid,
wrong. So
Based
every
on
time you've
laws-
asked this question, I say, like, stuff to the degree of maybe
You
what
gotta
Loader
be
Box
cautious.
target attacks on individual
Stop.
locations. I've said that type of military response might solve, like, in the very
Apparently
short
I'm
run,
being
some
cucked
level
by
of
Kelly
violence,
James.
but it won't solve the long-run violence.
Wait,
No, wait,
Loader,
stop.
stop.
Let me tell you what I was actually saying.
Wait, stop,
No,
That's
stop,
not what
stop.
Loaderbox said at all.
Stop.
You are not
Quibbles,
listening.
Quibbles.
Loader Box was
Go
saying that you
ahead
should
and
target
let
So I
Loader
think what I've
locations,
said
like
in the
that refer to
past.
military function, right?
So I think what I've said in the past is that when it comes to criticizing the Israeli military, it tends to be over like kind of details. So when I've read like some case law on about their investigations into the 2008 war, it seemed to be the case that the critiques of Israel was that occasionally there were acts of recklessness, like when they hit targets that had no
Did you cuss
clear
out Kelly?
or no discernible
No, it's the
military
very
use,
first
like
kicker
the
keep
sewage
that I ever
treatment
was
plant,
on.
or there was this thing like roof knocking. People always talk about roof knocking is, as far as I've seen from investigations, is basically useless. It's indistinguishable if you're in a building from like explosions going off all around you.
Thank
so there's
you.
not really
Finally,
much
some
point.
pushback.
Or they've been criticized for their warnings and their phone call messages not being very
Wait,
cool.
guys, I'll
But it's
show
things
you.
like
I'll
that.
show you
It's
what
like
I did to Kelly.
just like tangible
I'll show you
things
what
compared to
happened. I'll show you guys what
comparing it to
happened.
like
It's
Just to try and get this. So,
Oh
my God! Shut up! Shut up!
I'm just quoting the investigation from the
We're trying to get
international
to
court.
trying to get back to the question. Like, what types of response are acceptable? Right? And so, Loader Box, you're trying to say that
Loader Box, swarmy
individual building. That's maybe the. I don't know if you described that as the right approach, but I thought you were leaning that direction earlier. That seems like fine.
No, but if they do what you just said, though, the problem is that Hamas embeds their military activity and their military infrastructure in civilian infrastructure. So, they could be. We don't know. They could be every target they've hit could have had Hamas infrastructure or personnel. That's feasible, right?
Feasibly, if like every
still a lot of
Hamas
civilians would
fighter,
die.
there were still like 4 like civilians like immediately in the radius. Maybe
it's not just about fighters; it's about infrastructure. It's about rockets.
I don't
It's
know
about
where
launch
did you just
pads.
make
It's about
that up?
stockpiles. It's about
It's
communication.
from the Gaza.
It's not just about. It's not just about proportion. It's not just about proportions of people. It's also. It's not just about proportions of people. Even this strike today in the refugee camp, wasn't it? Because they said there was like a big part of the tunnel network underneath it. So
There's
it's
this
targeting
very,
tunnels.
very
It's about targeting
Yeah, but the argument I just want to be clear.
Idea when it
The
comes
argument
to
that I was
how we're
giving to
doing.
Fabian every single time
No,
is
there's
that none of these worked in the long run, right? Israel has bombed Gaza half
Why
a dozen
are you grouping
times.
all of these military operations together as if they're the same thing? It's this very simplistic view of military operations.
Okay, has any of them
right?
worked?
Like,
What is different about this one?
actually,
Why will
some
this
of them
one work?
have worked, right? Like one of the problems that.
Oh
you're
God,
having, right,
SDL is sort of like because SDL is on present Sunday side. So SDL is
I asked you a
against
concrete question.
because
Which of
SDL is
them
against
worked?
Eris
Don't
hard.
answer with
like,
ideology. Tell me
Actually,
which
I
one
would say all
worked.
of them because Israel's still standing.
SDL is
Israel-
hard against
when
Eris.
Israel responded.
SDL is
why-
hard
why
against
is that-
Eris.
How are you laughing at
Wait, hold on,
Just to be ultra clear, the
SDL
only
is
reason
hard
that Israel
against
exists today is through extensive military action. Whether you talk about the original independence of 48, whether you talk about the expansion borders of 67, or whether you talk about their repulsion of
SDL is like
dozens
Sunday's
of
buddy.
different types of incursions from PLO people on the borders, from other Arab nations attacking them over and over and over again, that is the answer. That is the only reason. So when you ask, has Israel's military
Israel's
action
winning.
worked so far? Even the Arab states would agree, yeah, that's the only reason. That is the reason why Egypt now recognizes Israel as a nation. That is the reason why Jordan now recognizes Israel as a nation. You can laugh at it, but that is
But
true.
it's also why we're under threat. We're talking about why I laugh. Why I laugh.
It's just so
Why I
disingenuous.
laugh.
My God.
Why I laugh is because that's also the reason why Israel is under threat, right? Like these actions we're talking about.
The
also
reason Israel's under threat.
Yes,
Are you
the reason why
serious?
Israel's under threat. Why Israel doesn't it feels like it's under siege. It always tells us within propaganda it's under siege from all sides. Yes, see,
Dude,
this is why
you're talking about a bunch of people.
They should have
You're
iron beam
talking about a bunch of
laser.
people.
Hold on, wait, hold on.
Out of every
That's
single
not-
other
Let Prime finish.
Let me finish, right? So, what I'm saying is that Israel's decisions have led to now, I'm not saying that
that might have been somebody in boot shops.
killed or wiped out or anything. I'm saying that
That was our VC that she was hanging out in.
have led to this. Expelling the Palestinians have led to this. These military actions that Eris is talking about, hello Eris, nice to see you again, have put them in this situation. And so when I laugh at that to say that, well, that's why Israel's still standing. Well, yeah, well, Israel didn't have to take this path. Israel could have been a cosmopolitan, multi-ethnic country. It had that ability.
Wait,
but it
when?
didn't take
Wait,
that
when
path.
did it have that ability? When did it have that ability?
Before it called the Palestinians.
Wait, when? Wait, follow this. Wait, when did Israel have the ability to be a multi-ethnic paradise?
Before it started ethnic cleansing people.
No, stop. Sorry,
You're
wait,
saying
no. Like, okay,
fully-
there's a very niche period in the British Mandate between 20, I think, Aris, you can correct me on this, 1925, 28. Between that period, when Britain tried to set up a national assembly system where there was basically one national assembly would be Arab and the other one was 50-50 Jewish and Arab. I think the Arabs, wait, just let me finish a fucking sentence. Like, the Arabs initially said no. I think they were, maybe it was the one that they were close to considering, but then the Zionist side said no, and then it's never fucking happened. But yeah, there was one period where there could have been a binational one.
It was not one period.
I know how many
Something
victims
very
are there
large.
right now.
Hold on. There is not one period. It is not true that there was one period. That is something that happened in 2018. Something very loose.
Wait, hold on, let Prime, hold on, real quick, okay, wait, let Prime go, then Quibble, then go, and then
We need to chill with the Japanese too, brother.
Well, hold on, Quibble's barely got any of his own time to talk, to be fair, okay? Prime go, and then Quibble go.
I'm giving him time.
All right, I gotta go. Fuck.
Okay. I'm saying there's a chain.
All right, man. Have a good
I'm
one.
saying that when you say that
Fuck. As soon as it's getting good
is
too.
standing because of all these military actions, that gives the
close this
impression
game out.
that this was the only path. That they must have taken this brutal path to still be existing. I'm saying along the way there have been political decisions, right? Many of them, hundreds of them, thousands of them, where there was a different path, right? That could have put us in a more equitable situation. We haven't taken that, and here we are. So to say that, like,
so
standing,
we're
the
stuck here.
path
We're
that it took
regretting the
led to October
pathways.
7th,
We
right? Now,
are
I
regretting
condemn
the
Hamas
previous
attack, right? I
paths
condemn,
that
like, the
happened,
slaughter of
and
civilians.
we have to
Alright.
recognize that these
Right.
previous
But,
paths have happened.
Here,
but that doesn't mean that we are.
I will. Here, you guys can hang out in here and watch the show. Here. One of you, Sava, you're probably gonna be the one that's gonna do it. Open up this link and stream it so you guys can hang out and watch it. Do it in the fluffing room so people can just join.
Okay.
All right, here, I'll drag you down. All right.
Nice.
All right. I will see you guys later, probably tomorrow. I'm gonna go sleep in this fucking hellhole. This is gonna suck balls.
All right. Have fun
All
and
right.
don't have too much fun.
All right. Later. Okay. I know. 8. It's like 5 minutes away. I don't know. Hold on. All right. See you guys later.